Good afternoon. It's 3:02. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from Von Elrod's. The Titans announced the new lineup for the Titans radio broadcast as 104.5 The Zone's own Ramon Foster will join Taylor Zarzer in the booth as the new color analyst. The broadcast will also feature several former Titans, including Kevin Dyson, Mark Mariani, Brad Hopkins, and Ben Jones, as a rotating cast of sideline reporters telling the story of the team in its final season at Nissan Stadium. Titans OTAs were available to the media today as we got to see the team on the practice field. Per reports, there's no sign of Mitch Trubisky, Jeffrey Simmons, Calvin Ridley, Alec Ayumanor, and Chimere Dike. Head coach Robert Saleh was asked about the health of quarterback Cam Ward and his shoulder, and the head coach said that he was, quote, perfectly healthy as the Titans begin to ramp up this offseason. Tonight, the NBA playoffs continue as the Cavs and Knicks face off for Game 2 of the Eastern Conference Finals at 7 o'clock on ESPN. For all your foundation repair and waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, good people? Welcome into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. We locked and loaded for a great Thursday. It's a little rainy out there, scattered showers, but that does not stop anything in Nashville because we are the It City. Because we're hosting the Super Bowl, in case you didn't know. Just want to introduce that part. I am Big Slay. This is Babsy.
Yo, yo, yo. Happy Thursday, everybody.
Ross Johnstone holding it down back there behind the glass. Zephyr's here with us holding it down. Eke Bop's running around outside. We got to hit you with this, man, where we are today. We're at Von Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen all the way until 6 p.m.
Right across from Sound Stadium.
Right across from
If you have
Sound
no
Stadium.
idea where it is, literally I am staring at the entrance to the Sound Stadium.
We've seen this 100 times.
Yeah.
I never knew the name.
Oh, you didn't know the name?
Nope, I just knew
I think it
might
have changed over the years,
Okay,
but yeah.
good. Yeah,
But this place is awesome because, like, you have the indoor area. There's a massive outdoor area, but plenty of space in here. And they have, like, those gates, which the garage doors, which can go up, which I absolutely love. So come hang out with us. Hang out. Michelob Ultra is here. Neutral vodka seltzer, Stella, which I love that. That's my drink.
I'm a Michelob Ultra guy.
Yes, and Michelob's the official beer sponsor of Team USA and the World Cup. And so guess what? Come in. You can play a game for your chance to win tickets to the FIFA World Cup, courtesy of Michelob Ultra. How about that?
Those tickets cheap, Babs?
Let me just go ahead and tell you that the game in Atlanta.
Yeah.
You're looking at secondary market prices at $1,200 a pop. Unfortunately, have a bonus son who is great at soccer and
loves it.
And so come in for your chance to win 2 of those. I'd have been like first here in line if I knew earlier.
I need to drop that in the box.
Yes, all brought to you right there by Michelob Ultra. Here we are, Von Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen. Come eat, come drink with us, come hang out. I feel like since Michelob Ultra is the sponsor and the Stella and Neutral, I feel like we're allowed to drink.
Oh, I'm drinking all day.
Okay.
Yeah, this is not a if, and I will have a beer an hour.
Okay.
I'm real cool with that. Mick Ultra is my drink of choice anyway. That's my tailgating drink.
That's right.
Especially
low
around
carb.
Sports. Yeah, man, get to it.
Not as heavy.
Yeah, we are
It's good for you. You can drink about 15 and still feel okay?
Easy. I mean, easy 15. That's easy back porch action right there, man. I'm telling you right now.
Yes, so come join us. We got to go figure out what this game is and all that. Zeffy, you know?
So there is, it's like skee ball almost.
Ooh, that's fun.
But with a soccer ball, and there's point totals on the different holes.
Do you have to kick?
And you have to kick it in.
Crap.
And you have to basically. I think it's the person with the highest score at the end of the day.
Okay.
So you'll do it. They'll tally your score, and I think it's the person with the highest score gets it.
And I think our contest ends at 5:45, right? I'm pretty sure.
So we got to announce the winner.
I think we do.
Okay.
Yeah.
I have no idea.
Okay, well, I think that's the case.
We'll ask
regardless,
Yankee Bob.
Yes, come out here to make sure that you try your foot in this game to win 2 World Cup soccer tickets to that game in Atlanta. Very cool. If you want more information, too, before you come out here, go to 1045thezone.com/events, and they'll have all that information for you as well. So we'll see you at Von Elrod's here in a second.
And that is right, Babs. It's all the way up till 5:45.
5:44 in
Sounds like a
30
baseball.
seconds.
Yeah, that'll work, though.
Sounds like a baseball first pitch time.
Get here, man. Get here.
So, going to be a fun day and a fun show, too, because on top of everything we're doing here and giving away World Cup tickets, we also will have Greg Cosell of NFL Films, best film evaluator in the country, on. He'll be on at 4:20, and you know that conversation we had yesterday?
Yeah.
We're going to hit that.
Good.
Like AFC South wide receivers for all of your divisional teams, who is in the bet now? Not that Greg will ever say who has the best wide receivers room, but he will at least break down the film and tell you what you get from each of them.
Yeah.
So we've got that. We've got Big Savage, Ramon Foster at 5:20. And congrats to Ramon. I'm going to let you talk on this since it is your brother, like real brother. Anybody that doesn't know, yes, they are blood. They are real.
This is a true thing.
They're not just brothers. They're real brothers.
Real brothers.
Yes, and the Titans announced their new Titans radio team, which, of course, is Taylor Zarzer, play-by-play, Ramon Foster, taking over as the analyst in the booth. Will Bowling will move up to be the game day host, and on the sidelines, they'll do a rotating former player kind of gig, which should be interesting, with Brad Hopkins, Ben Jones, Kevin Dyson, Mark Mariani. Those are just some of the names that are confirmed. From what I hear, there could be more or different ones.
The way it was
Who
worded,
knows?
it looked like they could add more.
They
into
could
the
add
rotation.
more,
Yeah, I wouldn't be surprised.
So we'll see. But I mean, that works out good for them as well. They're not. It's not. You're not committing to a full.
That's right.
Season. It's a lot. A full season is a lot.
And
I'm like, it's the same number of games that I do for ESPN college football. And by the end of it, like the travel and all of that, now you won't have to travel every single week with the Titans. And the travel is pretty good this year, but it's the same kind of thing.
The cool aspect of that is the fact that, it's the last season in this stadium. Kind of like the last hurrah. So the guys that played in this stadium throughout the years
kind of get to do
tell the stories of the last season in the stadium. So a cool little nod to that.
Very cool. So how about Ramon? And he will not be doing Vols.
No one be doing
year.
Vol
It's
Network.
not a back-to-back thing.
Yeah, that'll be tough. That'll be real.
That would be brutal.
Yeah, but congratulations to him, man. Big Savage, been able to watch his grind since retiring, being able to watch him, hop in the media lane slowly while he was a player, playing in Pittsburgh, then able to work his way into getting his own show and being able to run a show, and then coming here after retirement and being here and not knowing what space he wanted to kind of jump in, but to know wherever he jumped, like he was going to go head first and do the work that was required to grow in that space. So being able to jump on the radio and start there, have different opportunities as far as being able to get called up and do the sideline reporting for the Titans. Did that for 2 years. Then Mike Keefe, went to Knoxville for the Vols, and Savage went up there with him, did the color analyst part there, won the people over with the work, and also was being able to be himself. I thought which you always try to walk a fine line of being yourself and being able to get the information out. I thought he did a great job of it. And then this opportunity comes here to untimely opportunity, being able to miss Coach Mack, him passing away, but knowing that Ramon was right there getting the chance to be able to step in with Taylor Zarzer and be able to hold that spot down. Big salute to him. I know it means a lot to him. He takes everything he does serious, but he also is going to have fun with it. Mm-hmm. And that's the part I'm waiting to see, how he kind of, puts his own spin on things by still being informative but entertaining at the same time. So huge opportunity. I know he's not going to take it lightly. I'm super proud of him because I remember sitting in the man cave and us talking about before he retired and I retired with, what's the name of this curbster? What's this little setup right here? What's the name of the Comrex? Sitting there with like something like a Comrex, and me and Savage trying to figure it out, us playing with it, and him doing all of that, and I'm just talking. He doing all the technical work, and I was like, man, dude, we might be able to do this someday.
Yeah.
So to see that I got a picture I'm gonna put out at some point. To see that evolution come to where we are today,
and the growth,
and watch him and the growth,
from
man.
both of y'all.
Yeah, it's pretty dope, man.
And it doesn't just come. Like,
no,
you guys,
you got to go out there and get it.
You guys work your butts off that maybe people don't realize because you have such, bright, dominant personalities.
No question.
But what you guys do behind the sines to get better at the job, to learn, to hey, I might not have 20 years of reps here, but I'm going to learn. Like, you have consistently asked me questions about, like, what about this for an interview kind of thing? I think that's what people don't realize. And then the other thing with Ramon, too, is – he's got kids.
Yep.
He's a phenomenal dad.
Mm-hmm.
This keeps him in town.
Yeah.
He loves this community, this town, because I know there's a lot of people out there that are saying, oh, he's a Steeler, he's a Steeler.
Yeah.
But my argument to that is he's Nashville.
Yeah.
He's Tennessee
through and through. No
through
question.
and through.
Yep.
Born and raised, and loves this place. Chose to come back here. Chose to work his butt off to try and get in with the Titans, to cover the Titans, and all of that. I know he loves the people here, and this gives him a chance to. As a parent, I think this is an important part of it too. But it gives him a chance to not have to travel to Knoxville every Thursday night, and have to do some things during the week to get out to practice, to know what's going on. That's time away from his family and his kids, and this gives him a chance to do something he loves in the league that he did so well in so long, in the place that he calls home. So I think it's awesome. I think he will be phenomenal at it. And I think people forget, too, like, he just spent an entire season, and I know it's college football, but he spent an entire season doing radio as an analyst with the GOAT of Titans radio, Mike Keith. Like, he just learned from him specifically for this role for an entire season. That experience, you can't, what Coach Mack always say, Don, you can't manufacture experience. I'm like, I know, Coach Mack. But that's a perfect example. And he got to sit there and learn from the best, to ever do it for Titans Radio and Mike Keith. So I'm excited to hear him, to see what he brings and see what this year is all about. I think it's going to be exciting.
It's going to be fun. It's going to be exciting. I know Savage he's going to go all in. We'll have him on to be able to talk about it a little bit more. I'm sure my nephew that you were talking about, Miles, was getting ready to go into high school, probably wish Savage would not have taken this away.
Stay with the balls.
Yeah, because he's been coaching him up and doing off-season training for him, and I know he like, man, I wish this dude would leave and get out of here. So he getting first-hand experience on that. But I'm sure, man, the community will be proud, the state will be proud, and all Titans franchise friends, fans, long-lived ones that are on the border of it. I know you'll be pleased with the work you're gonna put in. So I can't wait.
Only thing is, he's got to cheer for the Titans. Not into the season.
I'm sure he can handle that.
He's got to cheer for the Titans. That's the only thing.
Yeah, that'll be the fun part to watch, man. I do believe, man, the opportunity. This is what I will say too. The opportunity to get to come back to a place that you were able to make your bones in. He made his bones in the NFL. You know what I mean? That game, that's a different fraternity. We talked about it with Coach Mack. We talked about it with Mike Keith. Everybody that we have on, they always say, man, it's a privilege to play in this league. So to get the opportunity to come back where he made his bones and call games in this league for his home state team, I think means a lot to him. And you're going to see it shine through. You'll see it shine through, baby.
Not to mention,
Yeah.
you want to talk about knowing everything about the league. That dude does.
Oh, yeah, NFLPA from that,
Yes.
that part, like,
Top
yeah,
to
the
bottom.
cerebral part of it, everything, man.
Exactly.
No question.
So it'll be good. So congrats to all involved.
Yep.
And, of course, Rhett Bryan still there, just holding it all down as the executive producer.
And I got Lil Zephyr.
I was just going to
yeah.
say, and our producer, Zeph, except for the time when he has, a baby banana to take care of.
Our Canadian responsibilities.
Yes, he will be manning the equipment and keeping everybody
That's
in
right.
line.
Wonder if Ramon will buy me a couple dinners during the season.
I bet he will, especially after you have a baby.
Yeah, a couple of
He's going to be
slabs of
like,
bacon.
you need it.
Yeah, you know you
Maybe
Canadian bacon?
Yeah, definitely. Candy.
I don't think we go. Closest we get up to is MetLife. So
Hey, that's close.
that's
is.
closest we'll get to
Just
Canada.
cross,
so.
yep.
Yeah, it ain't
Niagara
far.
Falls, right up there. Go. Okay, there you go. All right, Titans talk coming up after the break because this was the first day of OTAs where the media was allowed to be there, where we got to hear from players and coaches, and we will talk about takeaways. We would love to hear from you, too, if you have takeaways. Why don't you just come up here on Von Elrod's, to Von Elrod's across from the Sound Stadium, and we'll put you on air. If not, 615-737-1045. This is 3HL 1045, The Zone. Want to tell you about Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville because maybe it's time to replace some of those windows and doors in your home. I know it's not the most exciting thing, but we all have to do it at some point. And when you do you don't have to do what I did, which is research every single company that exists in this area. That's what I did, and I did all the work for you and found out that Pella Windows and Doors of Nashville is the absolute best. I've loved the experience of dealing with them, their customer service, second to none, and their product, of course, the best in the industry. On top of that, lifetime warranty that they provide for windows and doors. Also provide a 10-year labor warranty, leading in the industry. And they have the staff in place at all times to make sure they take care of you, the customer. Also have a Dawn deal in place every single month to take care of you, the customer. And for the month of May, buy 3, get 1 free on windows, plus no payments, no interest for 2 full years. If you're interested, call my friends at Pella. It's actually easiest just to schedule your free consultation online. Tell them Dawn sent you. Tell them to give you the Dawn deal. Get yourself Pellified online, PellaNashville.com.
Welcome back in to 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. We appreciate you guys hanging with us today. Don't forget Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That's how you get in there and lock and load with us and be locked and loaded all day. Don't forget, we are at Von Elrod's, and they got it going down right now. You know we already put the order in. About to get the wings. What, Babsy?
I got a Stella, too.
And an Ultra, please, if you don't mind. And a water. Big boy. Big boy. Yeah.
I figure, listen.
Listen.
Michelob.
Our motto,
Michelob
3HL
Ultra.
motto is,
Yeah.
don't put us anywhere, especially a sports bar, and we don't drink. That don't go together. We asking people to come down here and drink. What kind of host are we if they come down here and they
if
don't
we
drink?
just watch them.
What is that?
Yeah.
That ain't that's not what we're gonna do.
Hopefully the
We'll
bosses
have a
aren't
good time.
listening right now.
Like,
but,
hey, bosses, we love you. Come on down.
What up?
Oh, they know.
Come
they
have
know
a drink
the
with
policy.
us.
I think they know the
Yeah,
policy.
this has been established, ain't it, Zell? You probably wondering the location, man. 1004th Avenue North. It is right in front, directly in front of the gates of Nashville Sounds Stadium.
First Horizon.
First Horizon Bank.
Yep.
There you go. Yeah. There you go, Zell. Right hand. Good job.
Also, we just saw our barber
Yeah, man.
come on in. He was like, "You're in my neck of the woods,
Yeah.
probably."
Yeah.
Finally.
Hey, man, we coming to a spot near you. You just got to make sure you stay in tune with what we got going on, and you walk on in on us. Pull up a seat, have a good time. Deal for this.
Okay, Titans OTAs. Let's
cranked
talk
up,
about
Babsy.
it.
It's
Now,
cranked
listen,
up.
they got rid of seed oil and all the things. I have a feeling we couldn't get a Stella and a Michelob Ultra at the facility because
Why would they do such a thing?
everything is healthy and perfect right now there, right?
Yeah, just
That
for
was
now.
a
We're waiting
big-
on the season.
Yes, so if anybody missed what Titans head coach Robert Saleh had to say today, Zeffy, we got some audio, a little quick clip of Coach Saleh.
Yeah. What do you want to hear about first? How about Cam Ward? That was a big story today.
That is the big story
that
in
is
the
the big-
offseason. What's his health, right?
That is a big story
Had surgery.
of the team. Had a shoulder injury. Obviously, he's been throwing a little bit. Robert Saleh today met with the media, gave an update on quarterback Cam Ward's shoulder injury.
Yeah, his arm's perfectly healthy. He's slinging the ball. I mean, he's got some good velocity on it, and just like everyone else, learning the system. And but so far, so good.
Perfectly healthy.
I like that
Yep.
sound. I like the sound of that.
He's slinging the ball.
I like the sound of that. Perfectly healthy. We
Now,
need our
to
quarterback
To me, that
perfectly
is,
healthy.
there are no concerns.
Now we'll hear from Cam Ward in a little bit,
Yep.
but he actually talks about his own weight, and he if you see
Oh, he
him,
bringing sexy back?
he looks noticeably
Yeah.
slimmer. He
His,
said he
his
lost.
face looks thinner.
He said he lost 10 pounds.
Right.
He's put off 10 pounds, and he's getting a little bit slimmer to get himself in a more durable position to go into next season.
He want a big slave physique. I feel you, Cam. I've been walking around like
So-
this here. You might as well get engulfed in the city. That's what I'm talking
So
about.
part of that health and
Yeah, what did you just order at Von Elrod?
Yeah.
Okay.
12 wings.
He's like, "Oh, can you put 2 sauces on those?" So, hey, speaking of that, let's go ahead and hit what this was like a really popular topic today from Coach Saleh about
Cut
what
five.
what they have done on the changes they've made when it comes to diet and nutrition for the players.
One of the first things I think we did here is get rid of all the seed oils in the building, and which I think the players appreciate. I know Miss Amy has allowed us to attack the budget and get the players better variety. I think I'll put our staff, and I mean that I've been in 6 different buildings, and I'd put the staff up there with the best of them. I mean the product they put out in the cafeteria daily is outstanding.
There you go.
Okay, Babs, I got a question for you.
Maybe I'll have an answer.
All right, what the hell is seed oils?
Oh, like vegetable oils.
Oh, they going clean, crisp.
Clean.
Okay.
Yep.
Oh, okay.
It's very
Canola-
processed
canola
canola oil.
oil.
It's all
Gotcha.
processed oils that kind of go with that. Do you know what I mean?
Yeah. No, I got you. Darn.
So
Look at Babs.
I got crispy Brussels, by the way.
those smell really good.
Just
Wow.
speaking of
Oh
healthy.
yeah.
Okay.
I mean, they're not healthy with what they do to them, but we can act like they're
Yeah,
healthy.
yes, we can.
But yeah, so basically, clean eating. Using olive oils and
Right.
cleaner stuff that's not processed, that doesn't. I mean, we learned all of this when we went on our Awaken 180.
Sure did. Yep.
And what you could and couldn't eat.
Yep.
It was like real butter, and that's it. There's no vegetable oil. There's no spray. There's no nothing like that. It was either like pure olive oil or real butter.
And guess what? I'm going to tell everybody out there, I know this seems minor and small, but you actually feel the difference. Like me and Babs talked about when we went through that process. And this
your
is
joints.
us. Your joints.
It helps inflammation.
The aching, the inflammation, all of that, man. Like you feel totally different. So kudos to them, man, making this a team-wide thing right there. Everybody's going to get on the same boat. We're not making it by choice.
Yes.
This is by force. Everybody getting right. I like it. I like it, Zelf.
Team buy-in.
Yeah, I like that right there. What
Team
was it?
buy-in.
Cut 5. Okay.
Yes.
Diet and nutrition. That's me and Babsy's.
Yeah, so I guess the argument is that they have like they're processed, they're refined, they're
And
which
that'll
is
help with
not good for
recovery and
you.
stuff,
They
too.
have the bad fatty acids, like all that. Yeah. But that's the thing I noticed when we did that and cut out all of that stuff, like was the fact that I could wake up in the morning and not look like the Tin Man getting out of bed, which I'm back to that where I'm like, hold on, I got to get my joints moving and they're just like cracking and mad at me and whatever. Like that goes, it's amazing what a difference it does make. So you'd think I would have stuck to it, but whatever. Anyway, so that's a part of it. And then, on top of that, Cam Ward shed about 10 pounds. His face looks thinner. I'm sure he put on some muscle.
He also said he felt
Lost
faster.
a lot.
And we'll hear from him. He said he
fat,
felt faster playing with the weight loss. So this should be good to see Cam in year 2. So
That's what I'm talking about.
coming back off that injury, I'm glad he's kind of shown that buy-in. Him being a leader on this team, like it starts with those leaders to do the buy-in on this program that it looks like Saleh and this new staff have implemented to get them healthier and to get them better shape. So when you have a team leader like Cam Ward, Jeffrey Simmons, and those guys buy in, it's easier for the rest to fall in line.
Yeah.
Which, by the way, no sign of Big Jeff today. No Mitch Trubisky, no Calvin Ridley, no Io Manor was not there.
And Chip
Who
DK.
else? Okay, DK.
So Trubisky, Simmons, Ridley, Io Manor, and DK were the reported no-shows for today's OTA.
I don't know if we can say no-shows. I mean, I'm sure that they
The
had.
reported.
I'm sure they had conversations.
Reporters
No
did-
shows is such a negative
that's
connotation.
that's
to me.
contract negotiations.
Yeah.
Reporters did not see them
Okay, there you go.
in the media portion. So
Gotcha.
that's a better way to say it.
So we got the update on Cam Ward's health. The other thing that I want to know from Saleh is what he knows now that he's been in the building, that he's spent time with Cam, and all of that, what he has learned about his quarterback, number 4, Ross. What has Coach Saleh learned about Cam so far?
I've said it before, just his overall work ethic, the type of person he is. And look, there's still a long way to go. There's still a lot to learn about one another, and looking forward to those opportunities when they present themselves.
So,
Did he give you a lot?
nah, that was right there. We was like just kind of straight to it.
Yeah.
It was, hey, I've said this before. He's got
Yeah.
a good work ethic. I'm excited to see it in person. That's
Yes.
about it.
But, I mean, I think the biggest takeaway is the update on Cam's health.
Yeah.
That he looked like he was slinging it today. A couple of touchdowns from Nick Suss actually put out stats and kept
Really?
them today. And in team periods, Cam Ward, 5 for 6, had a deep touchdown to Carnell Tate, 1 overthrow, 1 pass interference drawn, and then 7 on 7, 2 for 5, 1 drop, 2 overthrows.
All right. Working our way
So
back in.
first day,
Yeah.
first day. So overall, 11 of 17 with 2 touchdowns. Seems like maybe we might see a more aggressive offense, which would coincide with Dabe's, right?
Right.
So what is Cam and Dayball's relationship, and how has it been built so far? Here's Robert Saleh on that.
It's been great. Everything's going to be great right now. You know, like I've said it to our guys, and I'll say it to you guys, that the true character of everybody in this building will be revealed in adversity. And right now, things are good. Everyone feels good. Everyone's receptive. Everyone's paying attention, and there's a lot of good dialogue. And right now is a great opportunity to build that trust. And there'll be bumps in the road, and it'll be exciting to see how those interactions take place when that happens.
Yeah, growth. This is a day-to-day process.
I like how he acknowledges, guys, this is OTAs.
Yeah.
We're just starting off. This is the beginning of the offseason.
Yep.
Of course, things are going to be all sunshine and rainbows from the outside view right now.
But also,
and they're gonna be
we
all over
haven't
the
gotten
place.
to talk to him since he's had intimate time with the team.
Players,
Really, outside of draft and whatever else.
Yeah, we caught him in the beginning, fresh on the job. Yeah, it was still the honeymoon stage. Just right here, like Babsy said, the first interaction we kind of got from him was him saying the rookies got to sit out a rookie minicamp. So this right here, this is the next step. But I feel you on that, Zeph. I'm with that. Like, understand, taper your emotions, your expectations, because we can't make them off of OTAs. You know what I'm saying? Like, yeah, we want to see how everybody's moving. It may be some kind of chemistry that you get quickly, that you see right away. But other than that, let's take our time and get acclimated to who we are.
So it's interesting that you say that they can't learn stuff off OTAs. Okay. Saleh actually mentioned talking about, evaluating these competitions that they're seeing early in OTAs. Cut 11, Ross. What can you learn about the position competitions without pads in OTAs?
You know, just how natural football is for a lot of these kids. You know, like I said, there's a difference between the classroom and then the post-snap cognitive aspect with regards to being able to play football. And you can see it in the way guys move and the way they respond to different post-snap activity. Like when the pitcher changes, how does a player respond? And so you can gain a lot of information with regards to OTAs. Now, no one's ever made a team in OTAs because that cognitive part, as freely as it moves in OTAs, changes when pads come on and the speed and it gets a little bit faster and it gets a little bit more violent. You'll find a lot of players who shine in OTAs not usually, but a lot of players will disappear once pads come on versus guys who didn't show well in OTAs kind of up here once the pads come on. So it gives you kind of an idea, but you never want to pass a stamped judgment until pads come on.
Love that. I love that.
Tempering those expectations, just like you said.
That. I'm going to be honest, man. I'm going to speak from this is probably not good experience, but this is experience. That's why I used to always tell coaches when I went over and got ready in the preseason, like, dude, don't judge me on this, please. On these sprints and us doing drills and all.
Yeah.
Judge me on when we get 5 guys versus 5 guys and you bring the officials in and we play. Or we're in practice and we go on 3-on-3 or 2-on-2 or 5-on-5. Judge me when we are going to be looking the way we play in the game. I promise you I'm going to be ready. And that's always been my calling card. And I always look totally different because I got to be out there with other guys. You know what I mean? There's other things that is going to bring my level of competition up. But I love that by Saleh. That's what's up. Because he's coming in with it with an open mind, too. Like, something maybe not be showing on this, but this guy might not be a good workout guy. You know what I mean? We can grow to that, develop him into that, but what we need him for is on Sundays when it's time to put the pads on and make other people better. So I'm with that. I love that. Love that right there. Give me some more of that, Saleh. What else you got, Ross Johnstone?
Okay, I want to know what his philosophy is on playing starters in preseason because I think I argue with you about this every
This has been our back and forth every year. Yep.
Every single year. And I'm like, it depends on the team, but usually I lean towards I need to see starters in preseason to get their bodies going. I don't have to see a lot of them, but I want to see them.
Yeah.
And Robert Saleh was asked that, and here is his response on his coaching staff's philosophy on playing starters in the preseason, number 15.
As of now, and subject to change like everything else, we're playing in all 3 games.
Woo!
I know you love this.
Woo-hoo!
I know you love this.
Get
I know
in
you
my
love this.
soul.
You know
right
what?
there.
You know what, Babsy? This on this one right here, I'm going to agree with you, and I'm cool with it. One, because I ain't got a choice, and that's his philosophy. Two, the other part is, man, this time around, this is a young nucleus. You know what I mean? This is like you are really. We just talked about yesterday with these weapons that you give Cam. Like you get the opportunity to grow together. Outside of Wandale being with him, Calvin really being a little bit older, but everybody else right there above board on growing together.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? So I feel that on this group right here. Now, let me go and say, too, I don't expect to see
Big Jeff.
Yeah.
I'm okay with not seeing
Yeah,
him.
you know what I mean? I don't want to see him.
Unless he wants that.
Yeah.
That was the other thing. Who was it, Bully, that we were talking to like years ago that I was talking to about it, like that wanted a couple of things. I forget who it was, but it was a vet that always said, I actually want some reps to get back into the swing of things to get going. Unless Big Jeff wants the reps to see how the rotation looks and works and whatever. Other than that, I am totally fine with him not doing a thing.
I like this a lot, man. I like the transparency. It's straight to the point. It ain't no shaded gray area. It is what it is. Hey, y'all, I ain't beating around the bush. I don't got to see what we look. No, we're playing in all three games.
Yes.
But it's also
no, it's going to be there will be different guys that are actually playing in all three games. But this is not a, hey, this is only the very, very back end of the roster kind of answer to me.
So you said he's transparent, and he is, but it's not.
Oh, but he leaves it open.
It's not Brian Callahan transparent. Like, here's every detail that you need for what we're doing and what we're thinking, which for us in this job was nice because we got to see the math behind what was going on over there at the facility. With Saleh, it's like, okay, guys, here's this is what I think, but here's the surface level of it. I'm not going to go down deep. I'm going to, keep it in the facility. You're going to see the work. I think it's feel like more like letting the results speak for themselves rather than I'm going to try and over-explain everything and over-detail everything so you know what you're supposed to see. Instead, I just want you to see it.
Keep this in the back of your mind, too. While going through this season, while going through the offseason, all of this conversations with the media, Robert Saleh did coach for the New York Jets. This is no knock to this media. He's dealt with
he's
dealt with a wild media before.
That's a good point.
You know what I'm saying? So
that's a good point.
Like this,
like Jets media is like Kowarski on crack times 80.
Yeah.
Like every day.
Yeah. So
and then there's 50 of them.
And there's and there's a million of them right in the same room, like battling each other for. The quote, so they can get the quote and make it about them.
So I wonder what he's learned from that walking into this situation. I'm sure it's something that he's learned. But, so keep that in mind the whole time, too, and understand that. But we got plenty
audio
from Robert Saleh later, right?
Yes, we will get back into it. Time for a break now, though, and come see us. We are at Von Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen right across from the Sounds Stadium, the Sounds new stadium. I feel like I still have to say new stadium.
It feels like
I really don't. It's been a long time. But yes, that's right. So we are here. We will talk a little bit more about takeaways from Titans OTAs, what Cam Ward looked like to everybody, hear a little bit more from head coach Robert Saleh, and then coming up in the 4 o'clock hour, we will hear from Cam Ward himself, see what he had to say about how his offseason has gone and how he's feeling. That's next on 3HL 104.5 The Zone.
What's happening, y'all? Big Slay coming with PAI We Grow Hair. That's right, good people. It's springtime going into the summer, and it's that opportunity that you need to go and start looking the way you want to look. When you walk past that mirror, feel great about yourself. When you lift your head down, you start brushing. Don't look at that little bald spot like I was having to do it on the stream. Don't worry, they can get that feel. All of it can be taken care of if you go get the FUE hair transplant technique. We Grow Hair, they offer it, delivering incredible results. A minimally invasive procedure where individual follicles are extracted and placed with precision from natural-looking coverage. It means a much faster recovery and not like those old strip methods. 30 years of experience is in that building. The docs take care of you. I promise you. They're meticulous about all the work that they do. And if you go in there and book your consultation, they'll give you a free laser session. Plus, tell them Slay sent you, and they'll hook you up with $500 off your hair transplant procedure. That's right. Real savings, real results. 615-376-6010. That's 615-376-6010. Hit WeGrowHair.com.
I'll tell you about my friends at Brentwood Jewelry. You need to check these guys out. Relationships are what's important to them. They have the selection that you're looking for in terms of jewelry, and they will certainly help you with your gifting opportunities throughout the course of the year. You'll make quick friends with the Imamali family. For more than 50 years, Brentwood Jewelry has been proudly serving the Middle Tennessee community with exceptional style and exceptional deals every day. It's a family-owned and operated business spanning 3 generations. These guys are deeply rooted within the community. From Salem's service in the Special Forces to his son serving as local firefighters, the Imamali family dedicated to giving back. Support local. Shop Brentwood Jewelry. Brentwood Jewelry here to help you pop the question. If you're thinking about getting that done, let these guys help you take the stress out of selecting the perfect engagement ring. They can help you find a beautiful ring in your ideal budget. Browse their incredible selection of one-of-a-kind rings or talk with their custom design specialists to create a stunning ring as remarkable as your loved one. If you haven't already heard, Nashville's premier timepiece dealer, Brentwood Jewelry, incredible selection. They also have the pre-owned Rolex end of things covered, vintage and current models. You can own a fine pre-owned Rolex for a fraction of the cost, and every watch has been meticulously serviced to ensure the highest level of performance as presented with a 2-year warranty. Brentwood Jewelry, 7012 Church Street, in the heart of Brentwood, just off Franklin Road. Exceptional style, exceptional deals every day for more than 50 years. Visit BrentwoodJewelry.com.
Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. We appreciate you hanging with us. We're going to say that every single time. Get on down here to Wandale Rods. I got a humongous
That beer is so big.
humongous Michelob Ultra sitting in front of me. I'm talking about almost, I really want to test
like
it
the
out.
biggest beer I've
Like
ever
put
seen.
my fist in it, and I think it'll come up to about 3/4 of my forearm.
Put it on the table.
Here, let me
See, look at
take a
that.
picture
Oh,
to
yeah.
put
That right there,
out.
see that? Now that's a bill. That right there, and look
that
at
half your arm?
Look at the width, though. You know what I mean? That's what you got to check out.
Well, so she asked you. We're like, okay, like this show is Michelob Ultra. Like,
Yeah.
come, you have a chance to win 2
Yeah.
World Cup tickets to
Right.
the soccer game. I think in Atlanta.
Yep.
And so we're like, well, obviously we're gonna drink, our
wouldn't I?
sponsors' product.
Absolutely.
So she's like, I say, bring me a Stella. He's like, oh yeah, I'll do a Michelob Ultra. She's like, you want a small or a big one? And he's like, oh yeah, big's fine.
Yeah, big boy.
I didn't know it
You
meant
just thought,
like,
yeah, I just
like
larger
a
cup.
keg. Would you like a keg of beer for the show?
Yeah, you want a large glass or you want a keg? Yeah,
No.
Give me the keg. I'm
Here's
trying
your
to put this
keg.
in my belly.
This is perfect for a
That's
6'8"
right.
guy.
Could you imagine
Man,
doing
what?
the
Shotgun?
no
Oh.
You want me to shotgun that? You want me to-
Wash-away
the wash away
toast.
toast.
Oh yeah, I'll knock that down. Now I ain't gonna be doing no show after it, but I'll knock that thing down. Rapid results. You feel me? Get to it. Want to give a shout out to my guy Scott too, man. Always holding me down, looking out for me, man. Mick Ultras. This is
For everybody.
the greatness of a VFL right here. I'm just letting y'all know that, Bart.
Oh my gosh, that's so good.
I ought to get a little wilder about 5 o'clock, y'all. Just take some.
Come see us. Oh, usually it's when I'm gone that you guys are off the
Yes,
rails.
yes.
Now Mayor's out and we'll be back on Monday, but
You got to join. You got to join in with the wildness, man.
I'm like, listen, today was a half day of school. School is now
Yes.
over for
So
kids.
summer break.
So summer break has officially started. All you parents out there are going to need a beer, I'm sure.
Man, what?
You can come get one here at Von Elrod's.
Yes, I'm already feeling
A big old one.
feeling the pressure of summer.
Oh no, it's here.
Oh, it's here. All right. Other takeaways from Titans OTAs.
Mm-hmm.
Slay, what from what you've heard, what you've seen?
Yeah.
What is the biggest? I mean, obviously, every single media member that was there was tweeting after the fact and
Right.
talking about what they saw.
Right.
What stood out to you?
Well, I was especially taken away from what Salah was talking about with this young group. This young group, you start to think like, okay, where are your spots that you're going to have those guys try to flourish in? Whether it be the receiver spot, Gunnar Helm in his second year. You got Carnell Tate coming in. Does he go to wide receiver one? Yes, he was drafted forward, but you got two guys that have 1,000-yard receiving seasons right there with Calvin Ridley, Wandale Robinson. I thought it was interesting with the guys, Falk also being a spot. Can he work his way in? Can he go garner some of that time at the starting spot with the rookies? So Salah hit on that. How much harder do rookies have to work to earn the starting spot?
Number
Cut
10.
tickets.
I think it'll naturally happen, and the course of it will take care of itself. You know, the amount of work that they put in, they're already behind, so you don't want to thrust them into in with the veterans who are operating at a faster clip. They'll show who they are. They'll have plenty of opportunity to showcase who they are with regards to the reps and the way we distribute it during OTAs, and the cream will always rise to the top.
So you get that. Not just throwing you in a spot so you can drown.
You're already behind.
Yeah, we don't want you to get overwhelmed. We don't want you to drown. I love that because that's development talking right there. Bringing you along at your pace. Now, if you show that you can grasp things quicker, all right, cool. We got a spot for you. You get a little bit more time, move you into this spot, see exactly where you are. The other guy, Anthony Hill.
Anthony Hill Jr.
Yeah, Anthony Hill Jr.
Who got an interception on Hendon Hooker today.
Did he? Mm-hmm. So that's another guy. When you talk about
It's
young
on 7 on
guys,
7s, I think, but yeah.
you need people in those spots. Can they get that opportunity? Cut 12, Ross. Hit him on that, John Stone.
You gonna set it up?
No, I don't need to set it up. Let's just get in.
I think they've been doing great, just going through all the meetings and their participation, and the vets. I feel like our vets have done a really nice job accepting them and kind of guiding them along. And, I'll just speak for the linebacker room and the way they've all embraced Anthony and kind of helping him along and understanding the scheme. But it's happening in every single room. So I'm really pumped up for our vets in that regard. And I think the rookies are doing a really good job being receptive to their guidance.
Which players have stood out? First-year players have stood out in absorbing the playbook so far.
You know what? Like I said, we've had 2 days of install. This is day 3. I don't know if anyone's really stood out yet. You're seeing the normal, the good, the bad, the overload. I think today being day 3 of install, you'll probably see a little bit more busts and missed assignments, and that's all natural. It's the first time not the first time, but second time they're all hearing it.
It's funny how Zelf and John Stone know how I think, because talking about Anthony Hill, and he leads right in with that right there, like him being a guy that's grasping, working alongside the vets, probably being a sponge. He seems like one of those guys. When they interviewed him, he seemed eager. I remember talking about that after they interviewed him after being drafted. Seemed eager, wanting to get involved, wanting to be a sponge, wanting to learn from guys. So I'm anxious to see how quick he picks it up and how quick that translates to the field, because that middle linebacker spot, man, we're gonna need something.
That level defensively is the question mark.
Yep.
You like what they did up front.
Yep.
You like the pieces they have on the back end.
Yep.
Right?
Yep.
At starter, yeah, for sure.
At starter, yes.
Let me ask y'all this, though. More impressed right now with what they did getting ready to walk into OTAs, what they did offensively or defensively? Because we always talk about both separately.
Their secondary, the way they rebuilt that secondary in free agency, I'm impressed.
So you're impressed more with what they did defensively?
And we don't talk about it.
That's
because it happened so early.
That's what I'm saying.
Because they didn't.
They did it in
They
free
didn't
agency.
have anything in their secondary. And then the way they built that offense or that defensive line to fit Robert Saleh's defense,
rotate.
Like those are the two positions. Secondary is one they really needed to address, and they did that.
Yep.
They got 2 starters in Cordell Flott and Alontae Taylor, two of the top free agents available, and they went out and got those guys.
The corner, yeah.
Now, what they're going to do at slot, maybe I think Marcus Harris is what the people
penciled in.
It was what people are penciling in exactly. I'm a little concerned on the depth, just because we haven't really seen what they have behind those starters.
Right.
That'll be something maybe we get to see as OTAs and these camps and stuff go along. But building the secondary and giving yourself like NFL level starters when you weren't dealing with that for a majority of last season.
You had, what did somebody say, a guy who was driving for FedEx like 3 days before he played the game? You know, like.
Or UPS.
Yeah, that is what you had, though. But also, them doing that is what allowed them at 4 to go with Carnell Tate.
Exactly, yeah.
So
Which, what I saw from the Titans media contingent today is that he looks like a number 4.
He looks the part.
Now, this is, again, you heard Robert Saleh, temper expectations. This is OTAs. Everything's nice and rosy right now, but it is nice to see that your number 4 overall pick is looking like a number 4 overall pick in this early in the offseason.
Sure as hell better in 7-on-7. But hey, sometimes you never know.
No, you don't.
I totally forgot Will Levis was there today, too, by the way. He
had a
threw a
decent day.
pick.
Yeah, but he threw 2 touchdowns.
Had a Will Levis there.
Yeah. That is a typical Will Levis day.
I did see
Great
that
job.
he was I can't remember. I think it was Nick Suss who was doing the reports on the quarterbacks. I think he said he looked a little bit more gentler, was kind of maybe placing the ball a little bit better rather than just zipping it in there.
Well,
But-
remember, he's coming off shoulder surgery.
That's right. But
I know it was a long time ago.
he
but.
still was a little rushed. I think that was the word. I'll have to go back and double check. But I think Nick Suss said that he still looked a little rushed and that kind of aspect of things. But a little bit of growth from Levis there.
Good.
There you go. All right, your QB1, Cam Ward. We are going to hear from him to start the 4 o'clock hour. So if you missed it, Cam Ward and Wandale Robinson, by the way, your new free agent wide receiver signing, also spoke to the media after today's OTAs. We'll hear from both of them what they had to say after the break. Okay, are you a working mom or dad or aunt or uncle and juggling sickness? Maybe you are having to miss work because your kiddos are sick, and now that school's out, just everything is crazy. If you are a working parent, you need to get back on your feet fast and not sit in a doctor's waiting room or get up at 6 in the morning to try and get a doctor's appointment for anybody in your family. Medical house calls is who you need because they come to you. You call them or you text them, and their teams assess what you need within minutes. You book your visit, and after a quick chat, they schedule it, and medical providers show up at your door to deliver you the care that gets you back as soon as possible in your living room, in your kitchen, in your hallway, wherever, but it is at your home. So convenient. They do that. They do urgent care. They do primary health care. Maybe you need a yearly physical. They can come do that. They do IV therapy and medical weight loss. The best part about medical house calls, though, is that they do this 7 days a week, Monday through Sunday. Yes, Sunday, 7 a.m. to 8 p.m. Same day appointments available. Next day guaranteed. Here's your phone number, 615-838-2375. Healthcare designed for your life. Check them out online, too. You can schedule there as well. It's medicalhousecalls.com.
Good afternoon. It's 4:05. Joseph Bonanno live from Elrod. The Titans announced a new lineup for the Titans radio broadcast as 104.5 The Zone's own Ramon Foster will join Taylor Zarger in the booth as the new color analyst. The broadcast will also feature several former Titans, including Kevin Dyson, Mark Mariani, Brad Hopkins, and Ben Jones, as a rotating cast of sideline reporters telling the story of the team in its final season at Nissan Stadium. Titans OTAs were available to the media today. We got to see the team on the practice field. Per reports from media members there was no sign of Mitch Trubisky, Jeff Simmons, Calvin Ridley, Elrod Manor, or Chim Dike. Head coach Robert Saleh was asked about the health of quarterback Cam Ward after his shoulder injury, and the head coach said that he was, quote, perfectly healthy as the Titans begin to ramp up this offseason. For all your foundation repair waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once on your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back in to 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. We locked and loaded on this good Thursday. Come join us down at Wandale. That's where we are remotely, not in studio. We're out with the people today, right here in front of, yes, the Nashville Sounds Stadium. First Horizon Park, people. Facebook, YouTube, Twitter, and Twitch.
Twitch, please.
That's how you interact with us. 615-737-1045 is how you call in and let the people hear your voice. What's your thoughts on OTAs, Babsy?
Well, first, real quick, I want to remind people that not we, because we don't have this kind of clout, but that Michelob Ultra is giving you a chance to win 2 tickets to the FIFA World Cup.
2.
That game in Atlanta, just so you know, because I researched it. Tickets are $1,200 a piece right now.
You better get on down here.
Look, all you got to do to win them is kick a soccer ball into some holes.
That's right.
wow.
So after this break, we're going to go over there and try our hand or our foot at
terrible.
it. Yeah, you won't be good. I might.
Your natural athleticism will come out, so I believe in you.
No, I'm a goalie.
You can make it hard on
I'm
us?
a goalkeeper, man.
You can go stand in front of the holes?
I could.
Nah,
that's why you say you want to see my athleticism.
So Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen come until 6 o'clock, and probably at about 5:50, we will shut down the game. Whoever scores the most points wins the tickets to the FIFA World Cup game. Yes. And Michelob, of course, the official beer sponsor of Team USA and the World Cup. It's going to be lots of fun. We will, once we go over there, we'll let you know what the current high score is, and you can come and see if you can beat it. We'll let you know what we get score-wise, and I guarantee you can beat that.
Yeah.
Before we listen to Cam Ward and what he had to say from today's OTAs, I got to clean something up. So we're talking about Will Levis before we went to the break, and I was talking about Nick Sess's report. So I misread the report a little bit, a little dyslexia here. He said that Will Levis Will Levis did little of that felt rushed, not felt a little rushed.
Okay.
So I got the words mixed up. So
actually a big difference.
So yes, a very big difference. So it seems like Will Levis kind of cruising in, and even though he's not the starter, this is still a really big offseason for him and leading up to the season for him, because he's auditioning for.
He wants to get traded.
He's auditioning for other teams, if not
up.
to be the backup here at least for this year.
Want to play? It's competitive.
Auditioning.
You want to play? I
didn't
ain't
say
saying
he's
here.
gonna win it.
We want to play
Do
somewhere.
you think What do you think that he will be on this roster come?
No, I personally I don't.
Start of the season.
I don't. But
Okay.
he's
I
still
was just
auditioning to
For other teams.
get a better
yes.
role than he has now. So
Yes.
For another team.
yeah.
Okay. Well, we'll talk about QB1 instead.
Yeah.
And Cam Ward
I'm good with
spoke to the media after today's Titans OTA for the first time. Here you go. Here's your QB1.
It's been going great. Getting time with the receivers, learning the width and where I need to sit in the pocket for the O-line. So it's been good. Continue to learn the install with Coach Daves. Just trying to get better.
What do you like about Carnell early on? What do you like about Carnell early on?
It's great hands. Wins and man coverage. He's a strider. He's a guy who can create verse off, verse press. Man, he really doesn't drop nothing. So just got to continue to find ways to get him involved early, get him the ball, to continue working on our timing.
Doesn't seem like the shoulder had any bearing on you today. You consider that completely behind you?
Yeah. Just continue to work on it. Continue to get it stronger. Try to lessen the injury fact, and then just try to not have it happen again.
You look slimmer. Are you in a different kind of shape than you were this time last year?
I am. Trying to get a little bit leaner. Then just trying to stay durable for a long season.
What are you doing different?
So what?
What are you doing different?
I just continue to watch my diet more, continue to have more cardio, continue to just work on my body, just here and then when I'm away from the building.
What are some of the particular dietary changes that you made, like cut out fried foods, snacks, or what is seed oils?
It's really just watching the calorie limit, then watching the amount of protein and carbs that I need to put in, then what's best for my body, how I feel, eating different things when I come to practice.
What are some things you may be focused on this offseason, and how you feel like they're going so far in the early stage of this as far as you're trying to improve?
Just being slower in the pocket, not getting to the top of my drop as fast before the receiver even makes his decision, and just continue to feel the tackle set, not putting them in bad situations, then just continue to lead the football team.
How has your leadership style evolved since last season to now?
I think it just gets better every year. Learning new faces with the coaching staff, with the new guys we got on offense and defense, finding ways to motivate them, what gets them to tick if I can, then just trying to, be a good teammate at the end of the day.
You mentioned Tate not dropping the ball. Wandale's another guy who doesn't have a reputation for dropping the ball at all. How much can the two of them help the group and help you in that area where you guys aren't going to give anything away, really?
I think they'll be able to help us a lot. Not only me, but the team. They'll be able to keep us on track. And then I think when we're in backed up situations, whether it's get back on track or behind the chains, they'll be able to get us, explosive plays. But I just got to do my job, getting the ball, and the O-line got to do their job by helping us get them the ball.
Dave and I discussed being able to see the game from your eyes. He said that was the key to you guys being on the same page. How's that process gone, and what are your initial takes on him, his strong personality, along with yours kind of meshing?
He's a player's coach. He wants what's best for the team and the players. He's going to put us all in great situations. And he's had great offenses everywhere he's been, whether he's head coach or OC. So the biggest thing that I'm trying to do is get better and, see it from an offensive the play caller standpoint and why he's calling this play, whether it's first or second down. Try to see where his mindset, but it's been going good so far.
Do you guys talk a lot about what he's done, last year with Jackson Dart, and obviously big picture with Josh Allen and improvements he made throughout his career?
Yeah, every day. Whether it's what they did in New York, with Josh in Buffalo, even when he was with Favre and Brady. So just a lot of things that he did right now and in the past, and just trying to mix it in to make us a good offense.
He's got a reputation for being pretty animated, pretty vocal in the headset. Just in your experience so far, just a couple of days of practice, what is it like receiving a play call from him?
I like it. He simplifies it. There's some long play calls still, but it's straight to the point. That's the type of coach he is, and he wants what's best for us.
What do you see from Wandale and things?
Last year he said that he wanted you when he was, he tried to get you when he was the head coach of the Giants because he felt like he would be a really good fit in his system. Now that he's here, do you feel like that you're the right fit for his system in terms of what he wants to do, and how is it different from the system you were in last year?
I do think it's a perfect fit. He's going to put the ball in my hands as much as he needs to. He believes in not only myself but the playmakers I have around me, the O-line to protect. And he's a guy who all he wants to do is win. He doesn't care whether we put up 50 a week or we score 21 a week. So he just wants to put the ball in the end zone, score a lot of points, and make it easy for the defense.
Cam, Amani was talking about how it seems like maybe you're recognizing the defense's coverages a little faster. Do you feel like the game is maybe slowing down for you a bit, having that rookie year under your belt at this point?
I wouldn't think it's slowing down. I just think we're running faster plays to where I can control a lot of it. Then I get to see angles of guys where they're going. I just anticipate the throw.
How much weight you estimate you lost?
Right now, probably about 10.
10?
Yep.
What has Wandale added to the wide receiver room, that veteran experience?
Explosiveness. An elite route runner in the intermediate and short game, but he's able to take the top off from downfield threats on whether it's slot face or it can be double moves or anything. He can play outside and inside. Man, I think he's just a great teammate. He's come in. He's one of the guys who stays up after practice with me when he needs to. He's over. We hang out together all day, every day. But he's the right fit for that slot position. And I'm just glad, I get thrown the ball.
With the 10 pounds, where will that help you most? And do you feel lighter, quicker out there as a result already?
I just think it'll help me with durability, being faster, getting up in the pocket, than just trying to play to my speed, not no one else's speed.
What should folks expect from you in your scenes in the Netflix show?
Great show from me and all the quarterbacks. But I think there'll be a chance to see, just a little bit of my mindset, a little bit of what I'm about, and what, I'm willing to do to win football games.
We see you targeted to take a lot today. Like, how much does establishing that idea, that understanding that you trust him and you believe that he's a top flight receiver, like, how much do you feel that can help jumpstart what you guys need to be able to do to be successful?
Which receiver? Which receiver are you talking about?
Tate, Cornell Tate.
I just think he'll have an explosive year just because he'll get a lot of one-on-one matchups, and that's what we want. We want guys to come down and play man because we think we can beat them. And I think just him in this system, he's going to have a lot of field to have a lot of freelance within his routes, field space to sit down. And for a rookie coming in his position, I think this is one of the best offenses he could be in, just because he's gonna get coached, but he's not gonna get overcoached. He's gonna still be able to play football how he sees it. He listens to the quarterback, and he's gonna be a great target for me.
That's right there is QB1, Cam Ward, talking with the media today after OTAs. A lot of interesting things said right there. One of my takeaways, I know we got to get to Greg Cosell after this break, but talking about what he's doing as far as what he's putting in his body, as far as his diet, being able to shed pounds. You know what the first thing I think of?
He's only lost 10 pounds, by the way.
Yeah.
Well, I say only. But he looks slimmer.
That's a lot for a guy that's not like me, that needs to lose 25, 30. So when I hear that, though, Babsy, the first thing I think of immediately is becoming a pro.
Mm-hmm.
When you start to worry about how your recovery is, what you can do to prevent injuries, what you can do to get a gain on your competition, but most of all, be the best you that you can be, that's when you become a pro. Because I'm going to be honest, in college and stuff, you're not skating through, but you get routine and the talent level is different. Like when you get to this level, if you're fortunate to make a pro-level team in any aspect, any game, the separator is small and minuscule all the time. So doing that, taking care of your body, that's a huge part.
And that's a guy who started 17 games last season.
Yep.
Right.
Yep.
And took a beating while doing it. I mean, he got sacked a lot, but started all 17 games, and he comes in the offseason, and what's the biggest change he's made? I gotta get my body ready to continue to play in this league.
I like that. So, all right. There's plenty more to hit on that. We can take up so much more from Cam Ward and what he was talking about.
Sounds like he really liked Cornell Tate.
Yes. Wouldn't you, though?
Said the man, great
He's like,
hands.
his hands.
Don't really
He
drop
dealt with
anything.
some drops last year.
Mm-hmm.
He dealt with some drops last year.
And he added on with that about Wandale Robinson as well. He's the one that don't drop it as much either. So, yes, sir. We're looking for that.
Greg Cosell joins the show next from NFL Films. We will be breaking down the AFC South's wide receiving rooms. Maybe hit a little bit, if we have time, on the Titans' interior offensive line as well. All of that after the break. 3HL 104.5, The Zone.
United Structural Systems, USSTN.com. They are introducing 24 months no-interest financing options good through the end of June. Check them out. Get peace of mind now and pay later. Waiting could cost you more. So do it now, USSTN.com. 24 months, no-interest financing options good now through the end of June. When you start noticing cracks in the walls, Uneven floors or driveways sinking and separating, it's more than a home issue, it's a peace of mind issue. That's why who you choose for foundation repair and concrete leveling really matters. Trust United Structural Systems because they've been doing this the right way since 1994 right here in Tennessee. USS does not believe in quick fixes or scare tactics. They take the time to inspect, explain what's happening, and walk you through real, proven solutions that are built to last. Learn more or schedule your inspection at USSTN.com. USSTN.com. United Structural Systems, committed to our customers, invested in what matters most. We are USS.
Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. What's happening, good people? I'm telling you right now, man, you got to get out here. The energy is right for you to get the opportunity to win World Cup tickets. I'm telling you. We just went over there. We took our time. Listen, I kicked it. Mine went in the 5-hole, and it popped back out. That was my 4th time. You only go get 3 times.
It did not go in.
It didn't go in, but I like the build up to it.
How many points did you score, Slay?
I scored 5 points, but when it rimmed back out, that made 0.
0. Yep.
So I scored 5 minus 0.
How many did I score?
0.
0. Yep.
How many did I score?
But guess what, though, Zephyr? Yours started worse.
It did.
You didn't even hit the ramp at first.
I know I hit it. It just hit the bumper. You missed the whole thing completely.
No, I got it in twice.
You also got 4 kicks.
Here's the deal. Zeph put it in the 7-hole. This is like a soccer kick game. The person with the highest score when we are done with the show wins 2 FIFA World Cup tickets thanks to Michelob Ultra.
Yep.
Zeph has 7 points right now, and he is in the lead.
Y'all got to come beat
That's right.
Zeph.
That's right.
Y'all got to come beat Zeph. Come beat Zeph,
I'm going to take
please.
these tickets.
In the lead. The next closest is 6. So come out to Von Elrod's. We're right across from the Sound Stadium.
Nobody can beat me.
Greg Cosell, how's your soccer kick? You think you could beat Zeph?
You know, soccer was not something that was really part of my life growing up, so soccer's not my thing.
Either.
Me either, Cosell. You should have seen me out there, man. That was a rough go right there. But
I can imagine that's the case. I imagine growing up you didn't play a lot of soccer either.
Exactly. No, we playing football in the fields and we playing basketball out there, man. There wasn't too many soccer fields around our parts, man.
No, where I grew up there, soccer was not, although, my high school did have a very good soccer team, but that was not my thing.
That wasn't your thing right there.
There you go.
Cosell.
All right. Greg Cosell with NFL Films. So we talked about this yesterday, Cosell. We pulled the projected starting wide receivers for every team in the AFC South. And then, now, I know you're not going to do this. You're just all about the film and what it tells you. But then we ranked the teams just on their wide receiving core. Like not tight end, not running back room that will, contribute in pass catching, but just wide receivers. And we actually put the Titans second. So
we figured
the Texans.
Yeah.
I think Nico Collins.
He did a lot to tilt the scale. Yeah.
And Nico Collins is pretty good.
Yeah.
Why is he so good?
Well, first of all, his size and his movement. I mean, he's big. He can run. He's one of those guys that's what we call a true boundary X. You can line him up as the single receiver to the short side of the field, and he can win one-on-one. And the thing is, the way the league has evolved is that receiver, that boundary X receiver, gets a lot of one-on-one coverage. And if you have a guy that can win one-on-one and get vertical, he can also get vertical because he's got stride length and speed, then you've got a really good receiver. He's probably not talked about enough, but I guarantee the teams that play against the Texans know that he's a problem.
Yeah. I think he is the reason that he put the Texans at the top for us once we were going through it. But behind him, Jaden Higgins and Tank Dell, from those, I guess, that film, what do those two show you? And then evaluation of the whole room.
They have a deep group because they've also got Jalen Noel, who's there. They've got Xavier Hutchinson, who played a lot of snaps last year because of injuries. Jaden Higgins is a player I really liked coming out of Iowa State. He got an opportunity as a rookie last year. Thought he showed well. I would imagine he'll get better. Dell's a little bit of an unknown right now because of the seriousness of his injury. And, we're a little bit uncertain as to what he'll be. But if he's back close to 100% or 100%, he's a vertical dimension, as is Noel. So, I think you're dealing with a team that has a lot of dimensions at the wide receiver position.
Okay.
See, so we're probably right putting them there at one.
I mean, it sounds good. Now, 12-5 Jags. What are they going to do with this wide receiver room to build off of it? Because when we were ranking them, Cosell, we talked about Brian Thomas Jr. going through a little bit of a slump last year.
What was the difference for him film-wise?
Yeah, they've got a solid group. I mean, Thomas is very, very gifted. Last year, for whatever reason, it didn't work out. I mean, but the traits are there. I mean, he's long, he can run. In some ways, you can argue his traits are similar to Nico Collins. He just didn't perform that way a year ago, but the traits are similar. Jacoby Myers is a very good intermediate range receiver. Parker Washington last year really came on. He's probably best deployed in the slot, but he's not solely a slot. So that's really their trio. Beyond that, you're uncertain as to if they have to go beyond that. We have no idea how much Travis Hunter will play at receiver. Probably not a lot, maybe in specific packages. But it's a pretty good trio. Assuming Brian Thomas can come back to being what he was as a rookie, he does give them a vertical dimension. So they would have dimensions in their pass game with those three wide receivers.
Okay, so kind of outside the box here, but with what they gave up to go get Travis Hunter and all the talk, this two-way player in the NFL, what does his film show you at what he's been able to do when he's healthy?
Well, the thing is you probably don't remember. It's been probably over a year, but there's no way, and I talked about this, that he was going to be a true two-way player, meaning that he's going to play 60-plus snaps on each side of the ball. That's just not going to happen in the NFL, and he's also not that big. He's probably 190 pounds. So they've decided he's a corner, which, that's a decision they made. They probably need him to play corner because they don't have a really good corner group. He's probably more a run after catch guy. He's really good with the ball in his hands. Obviously he's got speed, but I don't think he'll play a ton of wide receiver. I think he'll play in certain packages and could well be a factor in those packages. But, it's just hard to play that many snaps in an NFL game.
It is. When body's banging like that, you got to go on defense. You do the hitting, chasing, and scheming. Yeah, it's a lot.
All right, our last place pick in the AFC South was the Colts, which, any chance for me to hate on the Colts, I always appreciate and like to do that. See, we were getting boos from the crowd. Yeah. And Alec Pierce is a little bit of an unknown, too, just because we don't know what he's going to be health-wise.
Well, the thing we don't know about him is now that he's essentially their number one receiver, because prior to that, he was not a number one receiver. Now he's got a lot of vertical ability. I mean, his yards per catch is phenomenal. He's a vertical guy. He's long. He can run. But now he'll probably be their boundary X, and, they'll expect him to be a volume target, not just a vertical guy who gets, heavy yards per catch. So that's a little bit of an unknown. Now, I like the player, but we still don't know what he'll be. Josh Downs is very good. He's more of a slot guy, but he's good at it. That third receiver, I mean, they signed Westbrook Ahini. How much he'll play, we don't know. They drafted a player whose tape I really liked, and I was very surprised he lasted till the 7th round. But sometimes that's the way the draft works. In Deion Burks, who finished his college career at Oklahoma, started at Purdue. I liked his tape a lot. He lined up predominantly outside in his college career. My guess is some see him maybe more inside, but I like him. I think he's explosive. He's quick. It would not surprise me if he ends up getting meaningful snaps.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So going back to Pierce, you talk about him being like a volume target. Does he have the skills to be that? Because everybody just talks about, his vertical threat. That's what he's good at. You know what he is. But does he have the skill set to be more than that?
I think he does. Again, that's an unknown. I think he does have the skill set to be more than that. Now, I'm not going to sit here and suggest that he's going to be a top 5 or 6 receiver in the league. But, you're dealing with a guy that has a lot of length, a lot of speed. I think he can work the middle of the field. He's done that before. It's just the way he was deployed previously in their offense because they had other players. But they signed him to a big deal. They believe he can. I think it's within his body to do so, but until you do it, you don't know. But that's what they're going to ask him to do.
Cosell, we stayed away from this because we were just talking about the wide receiver rooms, but when you talk about the Colts, there's no way you can talk about catching without talking about Tyler Warren. What are your thoughts on him, and what does he steal from that wide receiver room because of him being a pass-catching tight end like that?
Well, that's the thing, Slay, is because of Warren, it sort of raises the level because he can line up anywhere within your formation. He can be split. He can be detached. He's not a traditional tight end. So there are a lot of things you can do with him within the context of your offense and your pass game. So you'll see that for sure. He's not just going to be an attached tight end that lines up next to an offensive tackle. So he really, in some ways, tight ends like that, Tyler Warren, Colston Loveland, I know I'm missing a few. There's others in the league that are escaping me at this very moment. But, players like that end up being really wide receivers. I mean, look what the Rams did with 13 personnel. What teams are doing now, if they have tight ends like that, is they're essentially playing with multiple tight ends, but running their pass game as if they're playing with 3 wide receivers. So, it's not like the old days where if you put more tight ends on the field, you were basically limited in your pass game because they didn't have that kind of receiving ability. Now with the kinds of tight ends that are entering the league, you can play with 2 and even 3 tight ends and still run an offense as if you're playing with 3 wide receivers.
Do the Titans have tight ends that can help to do that?
My guess is they're counting on Helm to be in that category. By the way, and again, when you sign guys who have been sort of, I don't want to say journeymen, but who have not necessarily played a lot of snaps in the league, you never know. But Kylan Granson, who they signed, has done that throughout his career, both with the Colts and with the Eagles. Obviously not a full-time player, but he's more of a movement tight end than he is a true tight end. But my guess is they believe Gunnar Helm can do that. And just based on watching him in college and what we saw last year as a rookie, he probably can. He's not at the level of, let's say, Colston Loveland, who was obviously in the same draft, but I think he's capable of doing that to some extent, yes.
Okay, there you go. So we put the Titans at second with in wide receiving room in the AFC South. Obviously, Carnell Tate is a big part of that reason.
Right.
So Cam Moore, I know you have broken down his tape 8 trillion times on this show, on with Buck, all of that. But Cam was asked about him today because they had OTAs. He's been throwing with him a bunch. And his response when he was asked what does he love most about him, he said his hands. And that was it. Like,
I was going to say he catches the ball.
Yeah. Period.
That's a good trait for a receiver. Yeah.
Yeah.
I don't really have major concerns about Tate. I think he's very professional in the way he plays the position. Again, I'm not going to sit here and say what his numbers are going to be. I think in many ways, and again, you don't know how any of this is going to play out. We're in mid to late May, so we don't really know how any of this is going to play out. But I'm fascinated to see if Calvin Ridley can still play, because I think in some ways he's the wild card. Now, having said that, hey, if he doesn't look like Calvin Ridley, he theoretically could be cut too. I mean, you don't know in mid to late May how all this is going to play out. But if Calvin Ridley looks anything like Calvin Ridley, and I don't expect him to be the same player he was 4 or 5 years ago, but I think he's the wild card in this wide receiver group.
So what did the film show on Calvin the last time he was healthy? Do you know what I mean? And it's hard because the offensive line was so bad for the Titans. Yeah. And then, there was no other weapon, so everybody could key in on him. So it's hard to actually evaluate that. But since you're the best at it, figure you can.
Yeah, I mean, is he the same explosive player he was, 4 or 5 years ago? Probably not. But he's always been a really refined route runner, knows how to run routes, knows how to separate at the top of his route stem. He's always been what I call a really good separation generator. Can he still do that? Maybe he's not the guy that's going to get on top of the defense the way he did in the past, but maybe he is. We don't know that. Calvin Ridley at his best was a really good NFL receiver. He's gone through 2 really difficult years. 2 years ago, he actually gained over 1,000 yards, but obviously the pass game was not, high level. And then last year, I forget when he got hurt, but, he didn't play that much of the season. So, and it was a tough injury. So, you know, we don't know where he stands right now. But if he can come back and be anything close to what he was, you know, you've got a pretty good receiver there.
Cosell, never got to ask you this, but coming out of the install, what was your takeaway from Mike Borgonzi and how he's constructing this team, what he's looking for, personnel that he's been able to acquire? What was your biggest takeaway from the install, being able to talk to him?
Well, you know, I think it's a combination of Mike Borgonzi, and I got a chance to talk to him a lot last year when I was down for training camp as well, and for the mandatory mini camp, which I'm going to come down to again this year in June. You know, I think that he's trying to build it with physicality, because you look at what you have on the defensive side of the ball. You look at what that defensive line is going to look like. I mean, assuming that Keldrick Falk can, you know, play meaningful snaps at defensive end. This is a big defensive line group. You know, even if he can't, and they move John Franklin Myers to D end and play someone like Jordan Elliott inside, I mean, this is a big group. You know, so, I mean, look what you have at linebacker. You have Gray, who's 240 plus. They would love, I'm sure, Anthony Hill to start. He's around 240. I mean, they're looking for size. They're looking for physicality. I think they would love the offensive line to play the same way. You know, I think there's a sense that this team needs to have a physical nature to it. And if you have that, if your O-line and D-line can sort of be trend-setting for your team, you know, there's definitely a belief in the league that you can work from there, and then you can be a solid football team. We know about Cam Ward. Obviously, you know, he has to be a good player. We know that. You guys probably talk about that all the time. We know that's a fact. But I'm just talking about how I think they want to build the team.
Good stuff, Cosell. We did not move on to the offensive line, but I feel like that would be a great conversation to have with you once you are here watching OTAs and or watching camp in June, and then, you know, maybe we can hit it then. What do you think?
Oh, for sure. No, I'll be down for the mandatory mini camp and hopefully for training camp as well.
Yay, I love that. Awesome. Greg Cosell, check him out. The best film evaluator in the entire country. We appreciate you, Cosell. Have a great weekend.
Thanks, Greg.
Oh, wait, how was your vacation?
Oh, yeah.
You know what? It's a long story. We'll talk about it another time.
Okay.
All right.
Okay, we'll talk about it next week. All right.
Welcome.
All right.
We love you,
We'll
Cosell.
see.
Thank you.
All right.
All right. There he is, Greg Cosell. Check him out. The absolute best. Zeph, what you got?
I was going to say, we just got done talking about all the wide receivers, including those from the Titans. We didn't get to hear from Wandale Robinson. I thought he had some really good stuff to say about Cam Ward.
Really?
When I listened to it.
He might be one of my favorite additions to this roster. Is that crazy?
Nope.
No, because he's a player that has been in the system under Brian Dable, so he knows what's expected to him in his role. He can help.
He's reliable.
He's reliable.
You know what he is.
He can help guys who haven't been in the system, i.e. your second-year quarterback, a rookie wide receiver, and some other younger guys on the offense that maybe are trying to get up to speed as they go through this offseason. It's not a crazy thing to say at all.
Not at all. I think not only from being in this system, but he's had success.
Yes.
Under Dable.
That's the big thing, too, yeah.
You can bring a lot of people in. People have been injured and things of that nature.
People have been backups, so at least they know the culture in the system, but he's had success. Yeah, that's a good point. Well, let's hear from him. Zeph, you're supposed to tell us we have to break. We're late. Come on.
Cosell was too good.
I know. He's always too good. All right, now we'll take a break. We will hear from Wandale Robinson after today's OTA after the break. 3HL on 104.5 The Zone. Come see us at Von Elrod's.
What's happening, good people? Big Slate coming to you. United Mattress, man. Lifetime guarantee. No mattress ever being returned in 13 years. You're probably wondering what about this mattress is different. Well, you're floating on air. I can tell you that right now. All of the market being flooded with memory foam, and you thinking that the way to go. I'm telling you, this is a shift. Everything that you're thinking about sleeping, what are you thinking about laying on, how important it is to your body, the weight distribution. It minimizes the stress on your hips, shoulders, and spine. United Mattress brings you all of this. I'm telling you, the best thing that I've ever had. Flying around the country, doing games, is nothing like being able to get back in your bed. Hotel beds, none of these things can compare to what you can have at home, and you got an opportunity. They're giving 20% off from now through Memorial Day. Just enter SLAY in the coupon field and on the website when placing an order. United Mattress will take care of you. Go to theunitedmattress.com.
Welcome back to 3HL 104.5 The Zone. Come join us. We are out at Von Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen right across from the Sound Stadium. You can play this soccer game to have a chance to win 2 tickets to the FIFA World Cup. Breaking news right now. It looks like NASCAR just tweeting this out. They tweeted, "We are saddened and heartbroken to share the news of the passing of Kyle Busch, a 2-time Cup champion and one of our sport's greatest and fiercest drivers. He was 41 years old. We extend our deepest condolences to the Busch family, Richard Childress Racing, and the entire motorsports community." So I had just brought this up to you guys earlier in the show because last week after the race, Kyle Busch, once he wrapped up his race, he got on his team communications headset and he asked his team to find Dr. Bill Heisel, who is the doctor that is always on site for NASCAR, that he's going to need him after the race. So that was last week. And then we got news earlier today that he was hospitalized with a severe illness and wouldn't compete this weekend. And then this coming out from NASCAR on Kyle Busch's tweet, a statement regarding Kyle Busch from the Busch family, and this was at 9:23 a.m. That Kyle has experienced a severe illness resulting in hospitalization. He's currently undergoing treatment and will not compete in any of his scheduled activities this weekend at Charlotte Motor Speedway. We ask for understanding and privacy as our family navigates this situation. So that was 9:30 this morning. And NASCAR just 9 minutes ago putting out that they are saddened and heartbroken to share the news of the passing of Kyle Busch. So breaking news and absolutely heartbreaking news in the NASCAR world. I didn't Kyle Busch win a NASCAR race here in Nashville a couple times? I think if I remember correctly, yeah. But yeah, it was the Watkins Glen race that Kyle Busch had asked for a doctor to meet him after that race in his bus, because he needed some kind of medical help. So he had been dealing with the sickness. But, oh, my gosh, the age of 41, too. 2-time NASCAR Cup Series champion, Kyle Busch, with a family. And, my goodness.
Yeah, that's wild.
It's absolutely shocking.
You don't think of modern NASCAR without thinking of Kyle Busch.
Absolutely not.
He is one of the staples of that sport, and yeah, way too soon.
Yeah, that's crazy. 41 years old, boy.
I mean, and it seems sudden. Clearly, he had been dealing with this because that was after the Watkins Glen race and that was just when it got out because it was heard on his communications team, him saying, I need Dr. William, Dr. Bill, or whatever. So, but other than that, that was the first that people really knew that he was dealing with some kind of serious illness. And then this morning was the news that he was hospitalized. And now, all of a sudden, about 10 minutes ago, the official news coming out from NASCAR on Twitter that Kyle Busch, at 41 years old, a 2-time Cup champion, one of the biggest names in that sport, has passed away.
Tough.
So we're going to take a quick break here. We'll come back in the 5 o'clock hour. If you have Kyle Busch memories, if you want to talk about this tragedy, if you want to jump in on this, 615-737-1045 is our number. Like I said, this just coming out probably 10 minutes ago that Kyle Busch has passed away. So let us know. Go ahead and call in 615-737-1045. 5 o'clock hour. We will still plan on having Ramon Foster at 5:20, so we'll jump back into Titans talk during that segment and see which way you guys want to go with this. But Kyle Busch has left us. He was 41 years old. Meet you.
Good afternoon. It's 5:01. I'm Joseph Bonanno, live from Von Elrod's. The Titans announced the new lineup for the Titans radio broadcast as 104.5 The Zone's own Ramon Foster will join Taylor Zarzer in the booth as a new color analyst. Broadcast will also feature several former Titans, including Kevin Dyson, Mark Mariani, Brad Hopkins, and Ben Jones, as a rotating cast of sideline reporters. Head coach Robert Saleh met with the media today from Titans OTAs and was asked about the health of quarterback Cam Ward, and he said he was, quote, perfectly healthy as the Titans begin to ramp up this offseason. And breaking sad news out of the NASCAR world as NASCAR icon Kyle Busch passed away, a two-time Cup champion and one of the sport's greatest, fiercest drivers. He was 41 years old. He was reportedly hospitalized with what was described as a severe illness before passing. For every foundation repair, waterproofing needs, you need to visit USSTN.com. Breaking news at once in your home for the Titans and Balls. This is 104.5 The Zone.
Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone. We appreciate you guys hanging with us over at Von Elrod live on remote. Be sure to come through and get an opportunity to capitalize on getting World Cup tickets, people. You just don't get this every single day. So have a chance. Come over here, visit us. We're right here in front of First Horizon Park at Von Elrod. You can't miss it. I'm telling you. Zeph went out there. You have to kick a soccer ball into 4 different holes. You have an opportunity. Either hole you make it in, I'm probably explaining this terribly, but either hole you make it in, you get a collection of a score. Zeph has the highest at 7 right now.
Don't think I saw the highest?
No, I bet somebody's beat you by now.
I doubt it. I'm the best.
That's easy to get by. So.
Yeah, but there is like an outside patio where it's covered.
Yeah.
Over there, and it's packed. There's people hanging out, and that is where your opportunity with Michelob Ultra to play in that game is to win 2 FIFA World Cup tickets. I've been saying it all show. They're very expensive tickets.
Yes,
they are very hard to come by. So if you're interested in that game in Atlanta, then go ahead and come on out. Although it should have been in Nashville. We should have had one.
Right.
But that's a different conversation. Yeah, go check that. So, yeah, come on out. Play that game. You will easily beat Slay and I, I'm sure, because we scored 0 points. 0.
Let's make 1 in.
I think I looked better doing it.
Yeah.
I looked like I knew what I was doing at least.
Your approach was way better than mine.
Yeah, I don't know about yours, but you got those long legs.
Yeah, it got a little weird back there. Yeah, I ain't really well about it. Shout out to Michelob Ultra, though, for putting this on. Scott, my guy, putting it down for us, Michelob Anheuser-Busch. For today, Neutral Vodka is one of Neutral Vodka Seltzer. Great stuff. Stella Artois.
That is what I am drinking currently, which shout out to you guys for giving us an excuse to drink during the show.
Michelob is the official sponsor, too, of Team USA and the World Cup. And Zeph is here to announce that he's gotten beat.
I have been beat.
I knew it.
What's the score now?
Someone has 10.
No way.
It's the high score. 10.
Golly.
10. Okay, come beat it. I know it sounds so low,
Which you can get.
And then you hear that me and Slay have 0.
You can get 10 in one kick. So the max I think you can get is 30 because you hit the 10 3 times.
3 times, yes.
So
max is 30.
Lots of room to play with there.
Yes. So come on out. Give yourself a chance to win those tickets. You got about an hour left, basically, to come play that game and give it a chance. We talked about the breaking news. Kyle Busch passing away, just absolutely heartbreaking. Just 41 years old, leaves behind his wife, Samantha, and a daughter, Lennox Key, who is 4 years old, and a son, Brexton Locke, at 11 years old. And I know Brexton was following in Dad's footsteps and learning to race, and was going to enter into that world. And if you want or have anything to say with this Kyle Busch breaking news, it happened about 20 minutes ago, or at least, NASCAR broke the news about 20 minutes ago. I know we do have Andy in Clarksville on the line to talk Kyle Busch. Hey, Andy, how are you?
Hey, I wasn't a huge Kyle Busch fan but I respected his ability to drive because he was insanely good, especially at particular tracks. But my memory is with my son when he was about 3 or 4, and my son's on the spectrum, and they had like this special event at Richmond International Raceway when I still lived in Richmond, and allowing kids on the spectrum to come out and touch the cars and see them and talk to drivers. And at the time, there was Peanut M&M's was one of Kyle's sponsors, and Peanut M&M's had this commercial where they used I would do anything for love, but I won't do that by Meatloaf as the song that the M&M's were singing. So my son loved that song, that commercial, and M&M's. And so when he saw the car, he got so excited. And so we got this great picture of him next to the car with a big smile. And it's, it's just tangentially tied to Kyle Busch, but it's like one of those core memories for my son is getting to see the M&M car. And so it just, I know there have been so many tragic deaths through NASCAR. Of course, Dale Sr., Alan Kowicki, Davey Allison, Adam Petty, so many that have just been surprises. And I know this is hitting the NASCAR world and people who are really big fans of it really hard today.
Yeah, no doubt, man. Great story, Andy. Thanks for sharing that with us. And yeah, I used to work in Richmond, and so was there, I think 4 years, worked at the local ABC affiliate there covering sports. So covered all of those NASCAR races at RAR, Richmond International Raceway. And here's the thing about NASCAR. You have so much access to these athletes, like media, fans, all of that. I mean, you're if you have the right ticket and the right closed-toed shoes, like you are right there near pit road before they go race, and they have moments where they come out and you are, right there with them to get autographs and pictures and meet and talk to your favorite drivers. So, and the thing about Kyle Busch is, he wasn't completely loved by everybody because he was that strong personality. He was super passionate. Yeah. You knew you were going to hear about it from him, right? And he was aggressive, but I remember his nickname used to be Rowdy, Days of Thunder. That's what it's a knockoff for. But it was basically a nod to how aggressive he was as a driver, but he made the sport better. He was a massive personality in that sport, and he was one of those guys that you either loved, and would fight somebody to support him, or you hated.
Yeah, well, no in
because
between.
He was so electric,
Yeah.
So
he had a couple of good nicknames. So you mentioned Rowdy.
Didn't he have Shrub or
Shrub?
That was when he was younger, right?
Based off his brother.
Yes. Yeah. His brother is Kurt Busch.
Wild
for
Thing.
Those that remember.
Wild Thing was one of his nicknames. The Candy Man. You heard him talk about the M&M and Mars sponsorship.
That's how I remember him in the yellow car. Yeah.
Kyle Busch, because he had a cannabis company as a partnership. And what Wikipedia has him is the self-proclaimed KFB, and I think I know what that F might stand for.
Yeah.
Kyle freaking Busch. Yes. Oh, man, just devastating. Such sad news out of the NASCAR world. Kyle Busch gone at just 41 years old after serious illness is all of the information that's out there. But certainly prayers up to his family, 2 young kids that now don't have dad. And that's just heartbreaking. So, but we'll continue to take your calls for the rest of this show if you want to talk about your interactions with Kyle Busch or what he meant to you. I know we have a lot of NASCAR fans here in this city. We are also going to continue to talk Titans as they wrapped up their first, I guess, public OTA or media availability for OTAs. That was today. And we've got big Ramon Foster coming up at 5:20. So why don't we stick on the offensive side of the ball here? And we told you that we would hear from Wandale Robinson. Let's go ahead and do that now. He spoke to the media today for his very first media opportunity during OTAs with his new team, the Tennessee Titans.
A guy that drops the ball a lot, and neither is Tate. How much can that help Cam to know that you guys aren't going to put him in a bad spot with an ill-timed drop?
I mean, I feel like that's our job as receivers to go out there and catch the ball no matter where he puts it. At the end of the day, we got to go out there and make the play. Even if it's a bad throw, we got to bail him out. Sometimes we might not be all the way wide open, and he's going to make a perfect throw to help us out. So it works hand in hand, and we just got to go out there and get open for him.
For you, has it been pretty seamless with Dable coming in here, understanding system familiarity?
Yeah, I say pretty much everything has been about the same. There's been some language things that have changed, but pretty much I know the entire offense. There's been some things that Cam has wanted to add that I've had to learn a little bit, but other than that, yeah, it's been pretty seamless.
What have been your impressions of Tate so far in his first week or two here?
I mean, he comes into work. He's like a pro. He does everything that you want him to do, and he's just willing to be coachable and soak up all the knowledge that he's getting. I'm just really glad that he's here with us.
What's it like for you from a mindset standpoint, coming to a new team, to establish yourself, kind of show them what you're about out here?
I would say it's just more so going out there and doing it, not really saying too much, and just trying to play my part and play my role and do what I'm supposed to do, and let everything else take care of itself from there.
Where you play the slot position, the middle of the field, like timing and trust, like those are so critical. How have you felt that you and Cam have been able to get started to make sure that you guys are on that same page?
I mean, it's been great. Pretty much just about every day we're watching whatever went on in practice, whatever reads we may have. Being in the slot, I have a lot of different options to go a lot of different places, and just making sure we're on the same page with all of that is a pretty big deal, and I feel like we're coming along at it pretty well too.
Has there been a time, I know it's early, but has been a time where maybe like you went in, he thought you were going out or anything like that? And if so, how did he address that with you?
I mean, maybe early on, but pretty much just about after all those like type of option routes, I'll go back to him like, hey, do you like what I did there? Is there anything you wanted me to do right here? So just getting all the feedback from him, whatever he needs me to do to go out there and get open and be a valuable target for him.
I don't know if you were watching the draft or anything, but what goes through your mind when you see the pick is another wide receiver? Is it competitive? Is it joy? Just kind of how do you process that?
I mean, I've been through it before. I mean, in New York, we had drafted Malik, so I know what that was all about. And at the end of the day, that's what the NFL is, it's competition. So the more competition you bring in, the better your football team's going to be. So at the end of the day, I was happy and just going to bring the best out of all of us.
What's it been like bringing that veteran experience for Tate and some of the other guys?
It's been great. It's a little bit weird sometimes thinking that I'm a veteran and sometimes feel like I'm pretty young. But in our room, it feels like I'm one of the older guys. So I'm just trying to do everything that I can just to help them learn the offense, learn anything it does out there on the field. Whatever it is that I can do to help, I try to do that.
He obviously was very productive today in the end zone 3 times. Did he start the week like that? What's he done the other 2 days?
Yeah, he's had a pretty good week. I wouldn't say he didn't have all 3 like that today, but today he had a really good day and was just making some incredible catches.
What's kind of stood out to you about Cam just from your interaction with him here over the first couple of months with the team?
I would say one on the football field is the arm talent. The ball jumps out of his hand, and whenever we're off the field, he's just like one of the other guys, and you want to play for a quarterback like that you can always hang out with outside of football and be cool with, and then whenever it's on the football field, it's all business. So love him to death.
In the 4 years or whatever it's been since you last practiced with Will, how have you seen him change? How have you seen him kind of evolve?
I mean, you can tell he's just turned into a pro-level quarterback. It was his first year starting whenever we got together, so you just see the 4 years of experience, what that'll do for you in the NFL, and he's been great, though.
That right there is Wandale Robinson.
I love him.
I like him too.
I told you,
I love how he handles himself.
Stuff.
I love how he answered things. I do hate how sometimes the media doesn't actually listen to the answer and follow up on a question. And I know it's hard because it's like, hey, you're next, and then it's that person, and then and you have to get your question in to get your answer. And it completely defeats the purpose of a Q&A session and actually listening to answers and following up on one. But I wanted somebody to follow up on the whole, love him talking about how well he knows the offense and Dave's and how, there's things, language that's changed, but he knows the offense really well. And he said, other than some things Cam wanted to add,
put his own
other
touch
than
on
that, I know. Yeah. So my immediate question is, well, tell me more.
What did
he want to add? You don't have to be specific, but give me the insight onto, how that happened, how he went about it. I want to know that. I want to see that,
And we know that the thing behind Dable and his offense is it's ever changing. It's a very fluid offense. He really builds it around the player rather than trying to force the player into the system. And so hearing that Cam is already starting to be able to get some influence and get some of the stuff he's comfortable with in there, just kind of makes me a little bit more confident for what we're going to see in year 2 of Cam, despite it being a whole nother system.
Yeah.
I totally agree with that. I think that's.
What was your favorite thing he said?
Man, just the certainty, the calmness that he spoke with. It's like I've been here. You know what I'm saying? Like this.
Yeah.
Just feels secure.
He's like, I feel young. I feel like I'm the young guy.
Yeah.
I'm still learning.
Right.
But then I look at this room and I'm a vet.
Yes, you are.
Yeah.
And it's also about embracing that as well. So I like what it is, and this is what I thought this room would be on the surface anyway, because we haven't seen anything in action. But the surface is what I would expect. Competitor. I expect Calvin Ridley to add to that too if he's healthy. And then Cardell Tate, you already heard. You know what it is.
One thing I think I'd be interested to ask Ramon coming up next, Ramon Foster, the new color analyst for Titans Radio. Ramon Foster.
Officially.
Is for a guy like Carnell Tate, how beneficial is it for him to have a guy like Wandale Robinson and Calvin Ridley in that room? And it's not like just one veteran and then the rookie and then, a couple role players. You have 2 guys who have been there, done that in the league. And I know Wandale's still young, but 1,000-yard receiver recently has shown success in the league, but to have 2 guys like that around him, what can that do for a young wide receiver that's going to come in with a lot of expectations? Maybe not from internally. I mean, sure he's got expectations internally, but like the external expectations to the 2 from being the number 4 overall pick.
Right.
So could be interesting.
Well, we'll be able to get to add into all of that when we get back and come up with big savagery, like Zeph just said. The one and only, man, Titans Radio's color analyst, Big Savage, Ramon Foster Baptist.
I'm telling him to break like I'm a producer.
I'm going to get out of here then, Baptist.
Dude, I do that to Mayor, and he's like, oh, no, screw you. You will not tell me when to break. I will now go for 5 more minutes.
He can't stand it. He can't stand it.
Yep.
But we will be back, man. This is 3HL right on 104.5 The Zone. What's happening, good people? MedicalHouseCalls.com. That's where you need to head to when you want to get medical health care designed for you, personally designed for you. No, it's not coming off a template or what you may think you need. No, it's not one size takes all. This is primary health care, urgent care, IV therapy, all under one roof, but coming to your door, so it's under your roof. Process is real simple. Call or text Medical House Calls, and their team will assess exactly what you need. That number is 615-838-2375. 615-838-2375. After that happens, they book your visit. And after a quick chat, they schedule your visit, get you ready to go. Either could show up that day if it's early enough, or don't worry, they will be there the next day. They get to you ASAP. Medical House Call brings concierge medicine, no more waiting on germ-filled urgent care rooms, appointments that don't fit your schedule, unbrooding your life, kids' schedule to get to see a doctor. They come to you, people. It's medicalhousecalls.com. Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, rocking out all day over at Elrod's.
What?
You're forgetting the Vaughn part of that.
Vaughn Elrod's.
You just renaming it Elrod's?
Yeah, I like that. It's just like El.
It's Slay's nickname for the.
Okay, so before we get to Ramon, can I talk about this? So,
Yes.
Michelob Ultra is like they have hats. This is a FIFA hat.
It's a nice hat.
It is freaking sweet, right?
That's
It's got like
nice.
a little rope on it. It's navy. It's beautiful if you see it. So I'm like looking at it. I'm like, oh, I'm totally going to give this to my bonus son, right? He's a big soccer guy.
Yep.
He's going to this FIFA World Cup game that you can come and kick balls into this carnival game and try and win 2 tickets. He's going. So so I was looking at it, and it was like, there's a sign that says, a sticker on it that says tap the cap. I'm like, what? With your phone. So I just tapped the cap, and are you kidding me? It pulls up their website and Safari, like all of this. Tapping the cap now?
Yeah. It's
Like,
serious.
I
man.
don't even know what to do with technology nowadays.
No, they used to do the wristbands and things like that, or they give you a card that you can tap the card.
Right.
Now you get a hat.
You're tapping the hat. And it's a sweet hat. So it takes you
It
to
is.
MichelobUltra.com. I was like, oh, maybe I can't give this to my bonus son. He is not of age yet.
Yeah, I love it.
Maybe not. Anyway, all right, let's welcome in Titans Radio's color analyst.
Yeah.
How's that sound?
And-
Ramon Foster.
Yeah.
What's going on, good people? How are y'all, man? Any news today?
Yeah. There's a ton of news today, but I guess it's official now that you are joining Titans Radio. We talked about it a little bit at the beginning of the show because obviously your brother wanted to give you all the flowers and love on you for this and congratulate you. But just from your own words, and I know you talked about it on your show, Ramon and Will, this morning, what does this mean to you? Like, what does this position and the ability to do this and jump back into the NFL mean to you?
I mean, it's a sense of accomplishment more than anything, man. Being able to work with one of 32, organizations and be their color guy is humbling. Savage to tell you, I heard him earlier in his monologue on me about how we started off in my doggone man cave, live from the cave is what we were doing, trying to get reps at this media thing. And to be here at this point right now, after starting at the station in 2020, Babs, is a huge, huge accomplishment, something I don't take lightly. Savage to tell you, man, I'm one of them dudes, man, that just keep my head down, grind, and go about my job, and whatever pops up, pops up. Like, I don't assume anything. I don't try to predict anything when it comes to myself. I just know when I have goals and I'm working towards it, I'll look up when somebody taps me on the shoulder and be like, hey, this is for you right now. And this Titans radio position right now, the way it came about, of course, with the passing of Coach Mack wasn't something that I planned. Nobody had on their radar, not even a little bit. Heck, I just went to Knoxville with Mike Key, so to say that this was on my radar, I'm not, man. God has a mysterious way of working, and I'm appreciative again, and I'll say this, one of the Titans for allowing me in their building, around their players, their coaches, their organization, and Mike Keith and Coach Mack for just raising their wings and letting me be covered underneath them as they guided me, showed me how to do this thing, and just the grind of getting to this point, Babs. It's been really dope, man. I'm looking forward to it. I'm excited about it, and I can go on and on and on and on about it, but I'm going to let y'all ask me questions as we dive deeper into this process of it.
Well, we are super proud of you and so happy for you, and we know you're going to kill it.
Got one of your teammates that want to ask a question, a couple of questions to you too, Savage.
Ramon,
All right, I'm here for it.
First off, welcome back to Titans Radio. I know you were there before I was when you were the sideline reporter, and I'll be glad to share the booth with you this upcoming season. And
Hold up. I had that booth warm before you did.
Well, you know what? I've been holding it down while you've been playing around in Knoxville, all right?
It's only been 1 year. Stop.
Well, someone had to keep it warm.
Okay, I'll give you that. Talk to me, though. What's going on?
What's the other question?
Yeah, where are you going to buy me dinner when we go out on the road first?
That's our guy right
Call me never. Call me never, Zeph.
That's our guy right there. I love it.
Where's Alyssa at?
Is she coming with us? I do think that her and her mom are planning on coming to the Dallas, to the Cowboys-Titans game. So they might be down
that'll
in
be a
Dallas.
fun one.
Was it at Dallas?
That's gonna be a good vibe right there. That'll be my first time back in that stadium since I played in this. No, it's not. I think I played there in 2014 or 15, if I'm not mistaken. So I hadn't been in close to 10 years now.
Oh, okay. Yeah. Nice. What road trip are you most looking forward to?
The only stadium I hadn't seen that's on this trip is the Vegas. Yeah. Seeing Vegas, I think, knocking it off my list. I saw Minnesota in 2023 when I went up in the preseason. I've seen every stadium except for Vegas and, of course, the new Buffalo. But I've checked off every box.
That's awesome. And Vegas is awesome, too, because it's a very similar feel to what the Titans' new stadium will be. Just as far as, like, the translucent roof, ceiling, or whatever. I just worked the Vegas Bowl there in January. Whenever. And so I thought about, at some point recently. And so I was thinking about it, like, while looking around. And I'm like, oh, this is actually similar to what the Titans' new stadium will be like.
Oh, no doubt about it. I saw Minnesota's a couple years back when we went up there. And that translucent roof is actually it's like having a sunroof in your car where you want some wind, but you want some light, but you don't want the wind and heat elements. That's what it is. Minnesota's got a very nice stadium, too, and I think they're taking some of the architectural stuff that they have up there and applying it to the Titans as well. But I'm sure Vegas is just the same. I just want to see what it's going to look like. And again, when you go play in the black hole, boy, they get rowdy, and I love a rowdy crowd.
I want to see what Fernando Mendoza looks like, so I hope he's starting by then. You think he will be?
Dude, we had his position coach on this morning, who's now at Wisconsin, and he absolutely he calls him Junior Carmona. That's what they call him because he's a junior instead of Fernando, so he calls him Junior. No. You said Fernando Carmona. Like, you were right, but the coaches call him Junior.
No. Oh, sorry. I was talking about Mendoza.
You talking about Mendoza. Look, I got the wrong Fernando.
No, it's okay, though. You're talking about the actual team that you're covering. I'm talking about the other team. So there you go.
Look at me being more locked into you. Way to clean it up for both of us right there, Babsy.
I know. Okay, so go ahead and hit us on Carmona.
Carmona. No, but he was just...
Yeah.
He was speaking about how rough and edgy he was. And you remember I've had that conversation with y'all about needing a guy that's got a little roughness to his game or whatever, man. And so I was excited to hear him speak about one of his guys and position flexibility. But he's going to have some guys in front of him that's going to make that a very interesting battle going into it. Cordell Volson being one of those guys, of course, got some veteran presence about him, too. And that's just not a given that it's going to go to one of those three. The rotation that they got at right guard was super unique, man, and how Cordell Volson's there. Of course, you look at Fernando Carmona, and, of course, Jackson Slater's in that mix, too. They got what you want with the team. Competition at numerous positions, and made the best man win. That's the best way to get the best talent out there is not just pass the keys over to them, but in those positions where you need some grit, some grind, some fight, you make guys battle for it and may the best man win in the end, and that's what Fernando Carmona is going to have to deal with as well.
Savage, OTAs taking place. The first time we got to hear from Cam being around his guys. What were your takeaways from things that he may have said about Carnell Tate or what the perception may be of Carnell Tate, him settling in? And, and Coach Robert Saleh said it. Guys, this is only OTAs. Like, don't take a lot from this. Let's make sure we say that first.
And that's what I will say as I continue to talk about it as well. But I will say this. Cam's got a buddy, and he goes downfield a good bit. And that buddy is Carnell Tate. Their connection, their touch, their time, and there was a couple of plays in practice where you saw Carnell just be open. And the way Coach Dable is scheming stuff up, and his ability to have those guys with what I thought be able to max protect and have Cam be secure in the pocket, set his feet, get his shoulders lined up, and deliver the ball. I saw, in my personal opinion, I felt more zip off the ball from Cam, a little bit more accuracy, and he seemed a little bit more settled today in my view of him in practice, man. It wasn't nothing too crazy, as Coach Silas said. It's OTAs. Jeffrey Simmons wasn't up the middle screaming at guards as he got in his face. But the structure of what they were doing, Cam was operating it well, man. And I don't want to wet your whistle too much to what I saw, but it was nice to see the offense moving as good as it did today. Brian Dable knows what the heck he's doing, and I think he's got a real good plan for Cam behind center.
Ramon, speaking of Carnell, how important or how good is it for him being the number 4 overall pick, coming in with that expectation of him? Is it to have a guy like Calvin Ridley and Wandale Robinson around him in that wide receiver room, 2 guys that have had success in this league, and not just minor success, like 1,000-yard receiver type success?
Yeah, it's good, man, but I'll say this too, it's also how good of vets they will be, because not every situation is like that. But here's what I would say. You have a guy and Calvin Ridley that's gotten his bag. You got Wandale that's gotten his too, and they know the future is Carnell. If they're not lending a help to him with everything that he's got going on, then shame. And here's what I would say. I don't think that's the case. Having those guys with their veteran presence kind of built themselves up again in their careers, reestablishing themselves as playmakers, and having a guy with as much talent as Carnell have, man, is nothing but a bonus. The biggest thing that Carnell can do get from those guys is asking a million questions, asking them how they recover, asking them what do they do against this coverage, how do they beat press, what do I do when I have some success? Like, all of those things right there is why, as Babs like to say, the OGs, old guys, man, are valuable to a team. Every rookie's going to have some hard moments and some strife along that journey. Having open veterans that understand you and also your position does nothing but create positives for you, especially if they're right-minded too. I think everybody in Nashville knows Carnell's the future. It's a matter of making sure that he plays his role, earn it as well. It's not just them pouring into him, those F. Like, the guys that I play with, they took me under their wing because they saw something in me. And that's why I continually say in the NFL, like, nothing's really given to you. We had somebody this morning who's like, well, they gave Cam the starting position. Yeah, in today's NFL, where most number 1 overall picks are going to start either day 1 or early, there's no way around it. But even through all of that, you still have to go earn it, and your vets have to accept you. The moment that they see with what I saw today, Carnell's ability to catch the ball with his hands, beat coverage, catch balls that are contested, or Cam put in a position where only Carnell can get it, and if it goes out of bounds, it goes out of bounds. That makes guys gravitate to you. And the more he does that and just silently work and snipe people, play after play, game after game, the better it's going to be for him, to your point, Zeb, to get all of that help and love and guidance. They don't just hand it out easy is what I'm saying. Guys are still trying to curate and protect their jobs as well.
Ramon Foster with us from Ramon and Will and the new color analyst for Titans Radio. Savage, let me ask you this, man. When you hear Cam Ward speak now, what is something that you take from him that may be a difference than when you first heard him jump on the mic at his post-game presser of last year?
Just exactness in his answers. I don't think he's scrambling or looking for answers. He sounds like a pro now, and I think he's also learned the media. The media can only tell what you give them, and Cam is short and sweet in how he delivers his answers, man. That is a growth moment for him. It's a situation in which he's also got to protect what he says, too, because I think he learned last year with the whole "we ASS" comment. Remember how the media and fans ran with that. You don't want to be as the leader of the potential leader of the franchise, giving clickbait to people, your enemies, your just fans that are looking for you to fall. Right. You can't do that type of stuff. You got to protect your speech, and that's one thing I feel like he's done this second time around. His honesty is a beautiful thing. Not many people can do that. But in this world where people pick apart your promises, your goals and what you said you were going to do, it's smart for him to just keep it sweet and concise and let everybody else just watch him do work. That is a huge adjustment to me that I feel like he's been able to do.
No doubt. One more on the way out, Ramon. We've talked a lot about, I call it the elephant on the offense, which is the offensive line that I'm like terrified about what it is just because we don't know. Yeah. So how much can this coaching staff really get out of OTAs and evaluate that offensive line when, you're not in pads, you're not going up hardcore against somebody? Like, what do OTAs do for linemen?
It lets you get a little cohesion with the guys that to your right and to the left. That's the biggest part. Being able to get as much of the offense as you can and understand it. That way, when it gets real in training camp, Babs, you're not resetting. That's the worst thing coaches hate dealing with. When you break from OTAs and then you hit camp and you start making the same mistakes over again. That's why they have so many walkthroughs. That's why there's so many pre-practice drills that they go over. Coaches have those sit and talk moments with the group so that when they go to the field, they have it together. That's what you can get more than anything, Babs, is the ability to give all the teachings right now. So by the time that you hit training camp, you're not reteaching and losing time because you don't have as many hours on the grass availability that college teams have. The CBA's kind of set that in place where you can only work a certain amount of time. And that's what's got to be protected from now in OTAs and minicamp going into training camp. How much can we incorporate in them onto the mental side of this so that we can hit the ground running when true camp starts and the physical part of it is what's on display. That's how you make the team. That's how you set your team up for success. And also just practice efficiency. The NFL and pro leagues, and Sam was just telling you, Babs, you know this too, the ones who are good minimize mistakes. They are constantly moving forward and not setting back. That's why false starts are such a bad thing, or penalties, because those types of things right there, they stop success. And that's what you can get right now. Who can take all that we're giving them in the classroom and take it to the practice field? Because, as you said, Babs, the physical part don't matter right now. We'll see you in the fall for that.
Good stuff, Ramon. Just killing it. Love it. Appreciate you. And congratulations on the new gig.
Absolutely.
Thank y'all, man. Y'all been far too kind.
Home with your family a little bit more, too.
No, man. We got to get the flowers out the way the flowers supposed to be given the correct way, integrity-wise. Savage, that's all we out here to do.
I don't know, though,
Man,
Savage.
listen.
I mean, you are a Steeler. I don't know.
Listen, I heard on our station because they were discussing Aaron Rodgers. I've heard so much Steeler talk from everybody, not me, that I'm trying to figure out what is the issue with my previous employer. There's got so many people in the tizzy. But here's what I will say, Babs. I hadn't said this at all, and I'll keep it clean because my wife's going to look at me crazy like, Mom, don't you say nothing stupid.
Don't make me be the one that set you up to say something.
I know, Babs. I'm not gonna trick myself out of my position ever. Is what I will say first. But what I will say is this: I dealt with this in August of 2020 when I first got on at the station. Why is a Steeler on 104.5 The Zone covering the Titans? And I heard that crowd then. I hear them now. And Babs, in 6 years, I've gotten extensions. I'll just leave it at that. And I've engulfed myself in this fan base so much that I talk to Titans fans on a regular. People come up to me in grocery stores, hey, what do you think about this? And all that tells me is this: if I go put in the work, this conversation by the naysayers or people that run with the narrative that they choosing to right now will be dead and in the water. Because here's what I would say. I will work my ass off to make sure that I'm on top of everything that I'm doing when it comes down to me doing this job that has been set up by Titans Radio, by the legendary Mike Keith and the legendary Coach Matt. I don't worry about that. I enjoy a little banter back and forth, and for people to deny me in situations like that, hell, I was a damn undrafted free agent. I know what this feels like.
Yeah.
I know what this feels like is what I'm saying. I'm up for the challenge.
Love it. Way to keep it classy, and we know you will kill it and put everything you have into it. So
go back and look at my August 2020 stuff. You'll hear, what is he doing on station with us? And I don't even hear it now.
Well, dude, that was like That was COVID. That was 6
That
years
was.
ago now. I think you might be one of us now. I don't know.
Listen, I am, and they just got to deal with it no matter how they did it.
That's right. All right, Ramon. We appreciate you. Love our visits. Thank you for giving us insight.
Love y'all.
And, we'll chat next week.
No doubt. Happy Memorial Day, good people. Enjoy yourselves. Babs,
Yes.
flip a burger this weekend, man. Maybe?
Maybe. Definitely.
No.
Yes.
I ain't doing any of that.
Don't get caught in the rain, though.
All right,
I ain't doing any of that.
Yeah.
All right.
I
See you,
know, that's
Ramon.
why I said maybe, Babs. See you.
There.
You good?
Yes. Hey, man.
Ramon had her all
something-
choked up.
Ramon, he'll make you choke up now. That's part of it. But, hey, man, that right there, that's good insight. I mean, coming from former 11-year NFL vet, Ramon Foster.
Send us to break, Slay.
That's what I'm about to do right now, Babs. We're going to break. 3-2, 1-4-5 is on.
Sorry.
Welcome back into 3HL right here on 104.5 The Zone, locked and loaded for this Friday Juniors, like they like to say on Ramon and Will. We're getting ready for the weekend, but we also got a winner.
Yes,
Yeah.
they are about to announce a winner.
About to
of
announce the winner, Babsy.
FIFA, thanks to Michelob Ultra, the FIFA 2 World Cup tickets for that game in Atlanta. Hey, real quick, I want to give a couple shout-outs.
Give shout-outs presented by your
yes.
mama now.
First, shout-out to Clint, who just came by and said hi
Yeah,
to us.
what up, Clint?
Listens every day. We appreciate you, my man.
We rock with you.
Shout-out to all of our teachers, principals,
Yes.
assistant principals out there. Today was the last day of school for a lot of kids in our Middle Tennessee community, and we just want to say thank you and tell you how much we appreciate all of you. And that extends to room moms and PTO members and all of you that pour into these kids' lives.
Aides, all of them.
And officers, our resource officers at our schools. By the way, shout out to Officer Lee. Hadley absolutely adores him. And he does listen to the show on his way home sometimes. So hopefully you're listening, Officer Lee. We appreciate you. And thanks for letting Hadley in the school this morning when I dropped her off late on the last day of school. Shocker.
Good job, Babsy.
Yeah.
And Dr. Vaden over at
He goes, come on.
at Ravenwood High School that is retiring after today. Some big Look, John Stone know who that is. That
The
was
GOAT.
The GOAT.
The GOAT. Is that what you said?
Dr. Vaden, man. But big salute, man. Welcome LaRon in. Did a great job. Great job with the school. It's almost 2,000 students over there, man. That's all.
God, that's a massive
school. Oh, my gosh, man. She controlled it all, man. So big salute to her. Going off into the sunset. I know they won't let her get away too long, though. So appreciate you for all your work and support that you've done with these students and everybody else out there. Enjoy your summer, good people. Now, Babsy?
Yes.
We didn't get in on basketball today, but Thunder
ahead.
tied up the series 1-1. They were
It just
able to
wasn't
win.
as exciting as the night before.
I mean, it was lying. It wasn't like the other night, though. Yeah. So game 2 for tonight is the Cavs and the Knicks. We will see exactly what happens with this matchup. I'm doing a parlay as we speak, as we wait on the winner to come over. Maybe we can get them on air. If they can't, guess what? We just have to ride right along with the parlays. And Zephyr, watch this right here. Let me go boom. Now I need 2 more. I'm going a light one today, y'all.
You gonna say it as you're doing it?
Yeah, I'm going with a 5. I'm going a 5-leg parlay. I want to have. I'm gonna put a little bit more on this one though, just for the simple fact I want them to come through. I want them to win this one, get it done. Carl Anthony Towns 11.5, and I need somebody with just.
How'd your parlay yesterday do?
Not too good.
Okay. Bounce back night.
Bounce back day. So
Bounce back day.
What I'm going with is Jalen Brunson over 25 plus points.
Okay.
Donovan Mitchell over 25 plus points. Sam Merrill over 2.5 made threes. Carl Anthony Towns over 11.5 rebounds. Josh Hart over 7.5 rebounds. That right there, people, is plus 1863. I'm going to do the doo-wop on that one. Boom. Right there. You know what I mean? Put that down, and we'll be going sizzling tomorrow after we get that dub.
No hockey in this one?
Oh, I did get a hockey bet. Glad you asked, though.
What is it, Canadians and...
I never thought you'd ask.
Hurricanes.
Hurricanes. I'm going Carolina Hurricanes minus 1.5. They're going to spank them up, them little Canadians. And because they're playing in Carolina, I'm going Seth Jarvis anytime goal scorer. How about that?
So a little two-legger there.
Yeah, a little two-legger. Then at the bottom, I got a 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 leg. That we ain't going to really talk about. I'll let y'all know if I hit it or miss it, though. But
oh, boy.
Other than that.
All right, we're wrapping it up.
Oh, wrap it up.
What time are we out, Seth?
Now.
As soon as I hear Ross start playing the music.
Oh, he's playing it.
I can't hear.
Oh, I can't hear it.
I can. Oh, yeah, I can.
Oh, there it is.
There it is.
There it is.
Okay. Well, that wraps it up from Von Elrod's. By the way, if you're ever here across from the Sound Stadium or in this area, this place is awesome. Von Elrod's Beer Hall and Kitchen. Slade just finished his massive beer. We thank Michelob Ultra and Von Elrod's for having us out. We are so glad that we got to meet a bunch of you as you came out to win those FIFA World Cup tickets. The winner was just announced over there, I think. So appreciate you. So
Congrats
glad you
to them.
listened. Congrats to them. Also, thoughts and prayers out for Kyle Busch's family as he tragically passed away unexpectedly today at the age of 41. 2 kids. He leaves behind a 4-year-old and an 11-year-old who just had his birthday 3 days ago. Just heartbreaking. So hug your loved ones.
Yep, absolutely.
If they're around, make sure you give them your love.
Yep.
And that wraps us up for 3HL. Thank you for listening. We do not take that for granted, nor do we take that lightly. It's organized chaos right here on 3HL.
Wow, that was good.
Yeah,
That was on point.
organized chaos. Good night. God bless.
See ya.
Wouldn't want to be you unless you were getting a shout-out. Shout-out to the NASCAR community, man. Prayers with y'all, loved ones. Appreciate you.